Are you ready to talk some wrestling? Because that's what we're doing on this episode of the Totally Awesome Podcast, featuring your host, your Colonial Champion Sean McCarty, the Bay Area Brawler Skyler Greenberg, and of course the one and only JoshAgeddon.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dinner with JoshAgeddon. I know what you're thinking. Huh? Well, this is the 2026 Royal Rumble review, and I'm not super enthused about it. I'm enthused about talking with my friends about it, but I'm sitting before my laptop, staring at Audacity, waiting for my friends to call me. They have my number, so call me maybe. I'm actually going to kill myself during this video. So I'm just going to sit here and wait. I just told them I'm ready, so they should be calling me in a second. Also, I have meatloaf and macaroni and cheese and a Mountain Dew Code Red. And I'm not going to tell them I'm recording. This will be interesting. Greetings, fellow human.
I shall be right back. I need to go grab something.
Okay.
You call me and then leave?
You whore!
What the hell is that?
What the hell is even that?
What kind of hospitality are we dealing with here?
Hi, Sean.
Oh, yeah. Hello, my ass.
You briefly sounded like Bad Bunny. I'm gay.
Oh, you guys in every single song?
Yeah. Yeah. Times 100.
I have made fun of him for this before.
Mm-hmm.
I have. It's quite fun to make fun of Bad Bunny.
He is indeed a Bad Bunny. Bad as in untalented. So tune into the Super Bowl.
And also the reason is because I have to pick out what I want for dinner, so me and my mom are talking about that. Give me a minute.
Speaking of dinner, I'm eating macaroni and cheese and meatloaf as we speak.
I made steak tips plus green beans plus potatoes in a wok with tomatoes and a little bit of egg white stirred in, so it kind of thickened everything up. And then I sprinkled some Parmesan on top of it, and it slapped.
I'll take some of your steak tips, Sean.
Yeah, you'll take the whole damn steak. I'll tell you what. But anyway.
Leave me raw and bloody.
No, I prefer my meat cooked. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna stick it in a microwave.
So that's not cooked. That's microwaving it.
This is off to a weird start.
So I have to tell you a story. I played a game for the White Nooks OG channel today because I went on a free game, quote unquote, buying spree the other day where I just grabbed like 6 free games on the Switch. This game was called Kitten Squad. It's made by PETA. And it is hard as fuck. It is unbelievably hard. I couldn't believe how difficult it was. I didn't even get past like the second place out of like the home turf. I just kept getting whooped and whooped and whooped. And of course it's like you have to save the orca, and then it goes into all the painstaking stories of orca. You know, it goes like the cutscene is a whole mess of stuff. I tried to David Attenborough it, but then the script took it was too fast, so I couldn't read it fast enough for the audience. So it was and then I got my ass whooped. And the last quote to end the whole thing was, "I cannot meet your ridiculous demands, PETA. I cannot do that." So it's stay tuned for that. That's quite a game.
It's weird. They went from activists to gamers. Usually the opposite happens. Like the inverse happens. I'm a gamer, then I become an activist.
I will say this though, there's like quite a good amount of thought put into the game. It's like, and it's, they have like different, you're a cat, but you shoot a whole bunch of different guns, and the guns are super fun to shoot, but the enemies are just, they don't die. You have no chance to dodge, and they all just swarm you all at once. It's not fun. I mean, it was fun in a rage-filled, this is hilarious kind of way.
Dude, PETA should make a game, like a hunting game, where you're the animal being hunted, and your task is to survive. Bambi.
That would be fun.
Bambi, the video game, sponsored by P.
I would actually probably play that game. I would enjoy that.
There's probably a game like that exists.
Okay, we have somewhat figured out dinner, and I've also taken off my pants. I'm ready for this review.
All right, well, I'm going to put on my pants because you took them off.
I'm shirtless.
Well, but you're always shirtless for these.
I told my girlfriend the other day that I am the gayest straight person she'll ever meet.
There is some
and also,
truth
to be clear, I changed out of my work jeans. Now I've gotten home and put on pajama pants.
Enjoy your pants of pajama.
Pussy, go.
Listen, it's roomy. It's roomy. It's helpful.
You're a pussy. Go commando.
I'm wearing track pants, which kind of double as both sometimes. Where I'll wear them to the gym, or I'll wear them lounging, and sometimes I'll wear them to work, and sometimes I'll wear them to sleep. This is a story I have told.
Boys, I have a confession to make.
You like Jelly Roll?
Other than that, I've been recording this entire time.
I'm sure you have.
Mm-hmm.
I also have a secret. I have also been recording this entire time.
I also have a secret. I am your father.
I was about to say, me and Sean, like we've done this for so many years. Our brain, like our half of a brain cell, have officially rubbed together to form one.
Well, like more like 94%. I think some of that was like burned off as heat, but that's just science. That's a chemistry class that I took in high school.
Me and Sean are the opposite of mitosis.
Isn't that where Kiadi Mundi's from?
Oh, that's very racist.
You can't say shit like that when I have macaroni and cheese in my mouth. I could have choked to death on this podcast.
It's mac and cheese. If you're choking on mac and cheese, my God.
I'd love to be choking on mac and cheese. Are you kidding me? I've actually had macaroni and cheese twice today.
This from the person who claims that he could suck dick better than anybody else in South Carolina.
It's not a claim.
Anyways, let's get this show started. Welcome to the Royal Rumble, ladies and gentlemen, where we've lost our minds as the world also loses its minds. Oh, shit.
It's barely February. How?
I know, right? And we're here to do this show, kind of, somewhat, thinking, whatever. You talk. It's your show. I'm just here as a guest. No, it's the Bay Area Brawler, Skyler Greenberg at your service, here to do a simulcast with TAW Gaming and CIW Gaming, Sean McCarthy and JoshAgeddon. How we doing, boys?
You got some of that information correct. I'm doing well. I'm JoshAgeddon. I've added the other two letters. Yes, this is our Royal Rumble Blue. Well, I can't even talk. This is our Royal Rumble review. Please ignore the previous 5 minutes of us shenaniganeering around. Also, I am shirtless.
Also, is Sean even here, though?
Nope, it's just you.
Okay, well, we officially lost Sean. The McCarty has died.
His Wi-Fi
went out.
Yep, we got a new record for Sean being like, he's like, you know what, I'm done. We've broken a record here today. And welcome to the review, and Sean's gone.
It's like we talked about this 30 minutes before we started. Like, okay, something's going to happen. Computer's going to go out. Microphone's going to go out. The computer files are going to crash or something.
Sean literally messaged, you had to mention technological fuck-ups. You caused this guy. Would you stop?
Look, I'm just saying, like, this seems to happen with you two a lot, especially given that you have winter storms and stuff like that.
Yeah, my house was buried in snow the other day. It was actually quite fun.
It's still buried in snow.
No, it's actually most of it is melted. It's just a lot of ice now. Ice.
Okay, well, while we wait for Sean to return from the ether, we go from the place where too much snow happened to where there's no snow because it's too hot because everything is terrible. Saudi Arabia.
Well, actually, we're going to quickly take a break, and I vote we just wait for Sean. So we will be back in just a second. Cue the technical difficulties little thingamabob that I have downloaded on my laptop for several years now. Also, ignore me burping.
Of course, you had the burp like Homer Simpson as you make a Simpsons reference.
We'll be right back. So we're back, and we're actually going to talk about the Royal Rumble now. One small problem, Sean's Wi-Fi was like, yeah, no. So it's just me and Skyler.
It saw the Women's Royal Rumble match and said, hell no.
And Sean is very, very angry. He just messaged us, if at some point his Wi-Fi returns, he'll do a run-in, which honestly would just add to the chaotic nature of this podcast. Oh, technology, how we hate you. So speaking of hating things, like the current WWE product, Skyler, I'm going to start by asking you this question. Overall, what were your thoughts on the 2026 Royal Rumble, as I'm trying not to hiccup because I just inhaled my supper?
So here's the thing about the Royal Rumble is that it is one of the most important events of the year, partially because it's the first event of the year, but also because it is the thing where we talk up about what the plan is for WWE, at least for the first half of the year, and into the most important matches as we go, as far as what builds to WrestleMania. And it's also one of the very few events where you can kind of see the entire roster, so you know where everybody stands and what the plans are and what the plans aren't. Mm-hmm. Are you ready for the butt?
Give me that huge, like, luscious, vivacious butt.
But who cares about all of that if your show sucks?
Yeah, well, I can't entirely disagree with you there, Skyler. I didn't hate this show. I will describe it as this was the Royal Rumble of all time. This was a Royal Rumble of the time. It was fine. Honestly, it was the worst kind of fine, where of all the times for them to knock it out of the park with an amazing show, this would have been the night, and they didn't.
I mean, here's the thing at the end of the day, right? The Royal Rumble itself, I'm gonna come out negative about this show more than I'm gonna be positive. I'm just gonna come out negative more than it actually was. Like, I don't know. Sean is currently planning his run-in as we speak.
I could feel him debate. We're looking at our group chat. All right, he said he's starting CMP on his own, and then he'll just join in randomly. So when there's a lot of screaming, we'll know Sean has joined the. We've established this several times. We have a group chat, and we're just chatting and talk. I'm not very good at multitasking, but I'm trying anyway. And we're monitoring the chat, and I'm staring at Audacity and listening to the siren song of Skyler's sultry voice all at the same time. This podcast is an absolute mess, but. Honestly, Sean running in is more exciting than any of the quote-unquote surprises that we got during the Royal Rumble.
I mean, here's the thing is that we're going to do the... No, because it will be random. Since when is our pot... Oh, yeah, I mean, he makes a good point.
This is the...
But I was saying how we should do a buzzer to bring people in.
I need to find one. Okay, I'm gonna find... This is the most unorganized, chaotic, dumb as fuck podcast.
Number 3, Sean McCarthy. Number 4, Ace Bizzle. Right. Number 5, Joshua's mom.
All right. I found a buzzer. It's not a good one, but I found a buzzer. All right, whenever you're ready, Sean. And 3, 2, 1. Where is he? Oh. Dear God, this is a disaster.
Wait, Joshua. There's a camera going to the back. Oh my God, Sean's being attacked by Jack 6.
Oh God, he's in a black hoodie too. Oh, the insult on top of it. Oh, the huge manatee. We're so stupid.
And now here comes the Cookie Monster about to do a run-in.
Oh no, and he's done a lot of drugs before he came in. Oh my God, his eyes are so wide and massive. He's not eating cookies anymore.
Cookie Monster is fighting Jack 6. He's fighting Jack 6 off. No, he just kicked Sean in the head.
Oh no,
Now him and Jack 6 are beating up on Sean McCarthy. Will someone stop this?
Oh no, Cookie Monster reached out and grabbed a nearby fan. Oh, he's eating him. Oh, Cookie Monster has evolved from a Cookie Monster. He's now got a taste for flesh.
See, I can book CIW and TAW Gaming. Does Cookie Monster actually wrestle for either of you guys?
He wrestles for me.
Okay.
Him and the Cookie Monster are a tag team. They're the Sesame Street Posse.
Of course it is.
And there's an ongoing storyline where Elmo and Ermac from Mortal Kombat are married and have children.
Because you couldn't have any normal storylines, Joshua.
No, like, okay, so on TAWTF, which is my weird wrestling show, as if my regular wrestling show isn't weird, but on TAWTF, Elmo and Ermac's children wrestle. It's Elmac, who is a Muppet with a ninja mask, and Ermo, which is a ninja with an Elmo mask.
Oh my God.
I have the dumbest wrestling show in the history of wrestling shows, and that involves the one we're struggling to review as we speak. I cannot wait to listen to this back. This is an absolute disaster.
I feel like we're supposed to be talking about a podcast, right? We're supposed to talk about the Royal Rumble.
Ladies and gentlemen, if anyone comments down below, hey, why did it take them 15 minutes to talk about the Royal Rumble? Because fuck you, that's why. Please subscribe.
But also, like, to be clear, and this is just going to be us, and we're going to get into the show at some point, but, like,
who cares?
The Royal Rumble does not give us excitement to watch. This was background noise for me, for the most part.
Honestly, like, I didn't hate it, but I'm just like, I like, this show left me with a profound sense of, who cares? Whatever.
And also, like, promises of things getting worse before it gets better.
Oh, and right after the show, Triple H was once again like, it's the beginning of a new era. And I'm just like, you have said that at least 15 times since WrestleMania 40. Stop saying it. Like, it's like that and the endless barrage of people in black hoodies. It's like he's ribbing the audience because he knows it's pissing people off.
Okay, look, I'll save my Triple H rant for the end of the show, but we'll get to the beginning of the show. Now, Joshua, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
And I need you to be completely honest with me.
Okay.
Did you watch the Women's Royal Rumble?
Yes, I did.
I am surprised.
And I'm going to go ahead and spoil it. Truthfully, brace yourself. Although it's not that surprising, considering the show we watched. I thought the Women's Royal Rumble was better than the Men's Royal Rumble this year.
I agree with your opinion. The way I was going to phrase it was that the Women's Rumble was better scripted. Oh, God, I'm using the word scripted. Whatever.
It's TAW Unreal.
Whatever, Triple H has already used that word so many times. The Women's Rumble was better produced, better paced. The men's was the better performers.
Yeah, I agree with your cat.
Well, she's also female, so, you know, she's rooting for the girls.
Yeah. Pussy see, pussy do.
Apparently my cat's doing a run-in now.
Ling ding ding, bitches.
Oh, another one.
That's right. Here I am to tell you exactly what's going on. I assume this is the Totally Awesome podcast.
It is.
As we have cracked the party.
Hi, Sean. Welcome back.
And I am in a very calm mood. I'm very relaxed. I'm happy to be here. This has been a wonderful time. It's been very peaceful. Those of you who are a part of the Court Martial podcast, you know all about it. But we are here to talk about the Royal Rumble, as I'm sure you guys already have. But here I am because acting like I'm the most important person in the room and barging in to tell you my thoughts.
Sean, literally.
Again, me and Joshua started the Royal Rumble podcast. You came in 3. A Bizzle will be 4. My cat will be number 5.
No. Literally, Skyler's cat and Sean decided to do a run-in at the same time. It was a funny. It's like you two. It's like you two were fighting for the next entry spot in the Royal Rumble.
Well, a lot of people have won from 3. Nobody's won from 4. So I'll take number 3, and that is also my lucky number for what it's worth.
But yeah, Sean, you haven't missed much. We've barely we're still in our general thoughts of the entire show.
We still hate Triple H.
I'd say, I hate is a word that has been used in this sentence, and I'll tell you my thoughts on the Rumble as this is the headline I put to this entire set of notes I've got, and it pretty much sums everything up. Welcome to Royal Rumble in a can.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's now something you can bring home for the whole family to enjoy. It's like restaurant, when restaurants make frozen dinners.
I see you use the word enjoy very loosely today.
Well, I used it about as loosely as all the advertising does. So yeah, but yeah, that's really all I got to say about this one. It was a homogenized, sterile, get it as it comes. The flavor of it. It tastes fine because the flavor of it.
Now with more Saudi Arabians.
Well, but not really though, because it took them a hot minute to get them all there.
Okay. Can we start before we even begin talking about the Women's Royal Rumble? This crowd sucked. Yeah. Major ass. No energy, no excitement. The North Koreans showed more excitement for Ric Flair and Antonio Inoki. I mean, they were held at gunpoint, but that's how
Oh my god!
So what exactly are you suggesting Saudi Arabia do, Skyler?
Maybe
get people that are excited to watch the product, or put some guns in the crowd and tell them to cheer when they need to cheer.
And folks of the Court Martial podcast, are you happy that we've run into this yet?
Woo,
are you glad?
Boy,
it's ho Nelly.
We've barely started.
But am I wrong? Am I wrong that the crowd was not good all night and actually hurt the show overall?
You're not wrong, but this is also on its way to being my favorite podcast we've ever recorded. So continue.
The crowd didn't get there until halfway through Gunther and AJ because they were all afraid they were going to have to watch the Power Rangers, which we're going to get to in just a second. But that's I don't know. Can we mention real quick that the theme of this song makes me want to do angry Fortnite dances? I don't know who came up with that theme, but it just made me want to bop my right leg and my right forearm at a wall at the same time.
You mean heavy as the crown by Linkin Park?
Is that what it was? Is that what it was? Made me want to do it.
Yeah, it was from their new album From Zero.
Which I've heard and did not remember the song. So sorry.
I think it's really good. I actually have it on CD. But yeah.
Now, hold on. I have a question for you guys.
Okay.
Did either of you watch the 2 pre-show matches?
They had pre-show matches?
There were pre-show matches? What?
I feel like you knew the answer, Skyler, but thank you for the setup.
Hold on. Are you ribbing us? Was there actually a pre-show match?
There really were.
There were 2 pre-show matches. No. Hold on. Joshua, are you prepared for your virgin ears?
I'm afraid. What did they put?
And they are virgin.
What did they foist onto these evil human beings?
Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy versus Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga.
That sounds boring.
And then the Motor City Machine Guns and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Grayson Waller.
that is the most random match. Like,
tag team matches didn't make the main card. I see what you did there, WWE. I would have done the same thing.
I just don't get these pairings. And I regularly watch the shows, and I'm still confused.
Is that the blow off, by the way, to the Wyatt 6 versus MFT's feud?
I sure hope so. It sucks.
Yeah.
Like,
really...
I know Sean has a soft spot for Solo Sikoa, but I'm getting to the point where I never want to see him again.
Well, you can't have a soft spot for somebody when they're booked that badly.
It did. Well, we'll get to it, but his treatment in the Royal Rumble made me laugh my ass off.
Well, and the worst part, by the way, is that this was a rematch from a match on SmackDown with the titles on the line. These titles weren't even on the line in this one.
Then why have the... Oh, I'm already getting angry.
Well, let me put it this way. To me, the saddest part about Solo Sikoa is the fact that Jacob Fatu walked in the building, and then it was that Toy Story meme of "I don't want to play with you anymore," and that really was the end of it.
Basically, yeah, that is exactly what happened.
And it's a shame, honestly. But let's move on to the beginning here. As it was in the beginning, is now and ever shall be. Women's Rumbles forever, without end. to the point where the rest of the show we went, men.
Wow, dude, I was wondering where the punchline was gonna come from, but you pulled it together. That was a masterclass.
Thank you, sir.
That was very well done.
But in any case,
but yeah,
speaking of,
I wonder if you share this opinion, because while you were struggling to run in and defeat Skylar's cat for the number 3 spot, me and Skylar agreed on something, and we want to know your opinion. I would like to hear it. We thought the Women's Rumble was actually better than the Men's Rumble this go round.
I get sure. Sure.
It's like one's a C+, the other's is like a C-. It's not they're great.
They were both fine. They were both Rumbles, and they both happened, and they both had winners.
Yes.
So sure. I mean, sure. I could say that. I will say I had more fun watching the Women's Rumble because every woman that came out, I tried to, as I'm going to tell this entire time, I didn't really watch much of the match, but I did come up with the entire cast list for the Power Rangers tryouts. That's the all-women Power Rangers. So with every woman that comes out, I've got an accompanying Ranger outfit that they were applying for. On the show.
Does that mean that we have to list all 30 women?
Yeah, I will do that. I will bear this burden, Skylar. As I will bear this and we
don't want this podcast to be 5 days.
It'll be. I promise you, it won't take that long. But first of all, before we even get there, I know I said I like Mark Nash, but why does Mark Nash always sound like he's crying at the end of every phrase?
Because he's gnashing his nads.
It's time for the Royal Rumble.
Well, because that's how
because he knew what was about to happen.
That's because we all feel the same way about the state of wrestling.
You're not wrong, Sky. You're not wrong. Well, out comes Charlotte Flair, who is the Green Ranger. And,
which Green Ranger?
The Green Ranger. This is for the new Power Ranger. This is for the new Power Rangers series, starring.
Okay, because we don't disrespect Tommy over here.
No, this is a new series. This is a spin-off with women, all women.
And no one's gonna watch it, and they're gonna blame everyone for being sexist. And then the Power Rangers will lose popularity. And then 10 years later, they'll get bought out by a different company. And then all of the actors, they won't be gender swapped; they will be race swapped.
Probably Disney.
Then it'll just be women again, and then no one will watch it again.
Well, Charlotte's got a cowboy hat, so she's at least trying to personalize being a ranger. Have you ever known her to wear cowboy hats though?
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Where the hell did that come from?
When the weird flamingo outfit is less confusing than the cowboy hat.
I was confused. I was definitely confused. And then out came Alexa, who's the Pink Ranger. And for a minute and a half, Charlotte and Alexa almost fight.
I hated that. Like, I get it, they're friends, but I'm like, just punch the other one in the face.
Well, I mean, Joshua, it's strategy.
It was like when she like dipped her to pretend to go for the Sister Abigail, it literally looked like they were dancing. Like, they looked like Beauty and the Beast. And I'll leave you to figure out who is who. The way
to do this, if you're going to put tag teams against each other to start, which they love to do all the time, there's a way to do that where they can respectfully wrestle without throwing punches. And then that way they could not be, actually combative with each other, but it doesn't have to be this like tickle taint bullshit that they did here where like, oh, I almost got you, tee-hee-hee, we're friends but we're almost not, or whatever. That's been the whole like gimmick of these two ladies. But anyway, I must admit these entrances hit way harder at 1.5 speed. So I recommend anybody watching these shows wait until the day after, hit it at 1.5 speed, and you'll find the show way more palatable. I said it back the last time we did a review. It's worth doing.
That's depressing, honestly.
It is depressing, but that's the only way to save yourself from the milk. I can't do whole milk. I gotta go 2%.
2% speed.
I gotta reduce the milk a little bit. And so then Kiana James is the Silver Ranger. Nia Jax is the...
I will say Kiana James lasted a while in this Rumble, and I thought she actually looked... This is the best she's looked.
You can say that about a lot of women in this Rumble, which is very atypical. Yeah. So I will give the ladies credit. They shined better than they normally do.
It's because of their shiny outfits.
That nobody was there to see it.
It's a shame that everyone was looking the opposite direction.
Yeah. And then came Nia Jax dressed up as the Black Getaway Van for the villains.
Wow.
And then Nia Jax DX chops the fans? Question mark?
I was like, I saw that too, and I was like, okay.
She chops everybody and then just turns around to the mostly empty back of the hard cam and just crotch chopped. Like, okay. I don't know what that was all about.
I hate you Saudi Arabians because you make us wear these uncomfortable clothing when we're trying to wrestle here in the heat. But we love Saudi Arabia. We love Saudi Arabia. You can put the gun away now.
Well, no, we don't have them. That was Skyler's suggestion. We need them.
Well, we don't know that they didn't have guns in the crowd. We just didn't see them.
That's true. Sure.
Knowing these guys, they probably had snipers on the roof saying, okay, anybody makes a move for the exits, you're going to get shot.
If one woman shows an ankle, someone's head's getting blown off.
That's why they had so many fireworks, just in case they needed to divert the sound of the sniper. Then comes Ivy Nile as the Blue Ranger, and I must admit, she looks better than I ever thought she'd be capable of looking.
It's weird.
Okay, but here's the thing, though, is that the Royal Rumble is one of these matches that you can hide lesser workers by not asking them to work a regular match, but just asking them to stand around and punch.
You remember when Ivy Nile was the absolute drizzling shits? Usually the way to like get rid of that is to like more ring time. She's been on WWE TV barely, and she's emerged looking better. I don't know what that says about what they're doing on TV.
Well, the thing is that like usually when they're not on TV, they're usually working house shows or dark matches, and they are putting her ass along with a couple others to work to make them passable.
Good.
Yeah, but they don't do as many house shows as they used to, though. They cut down on a good amount of those. But then Lola Vice comes out as the Cyan Ranger.
Super
Cyan. Okay. Let me just say something right now. My goose did twitch a little bit when Lola Vice came out.
I mean, there's some ladies that can pull off these full body suits. I won't lie to you.
You wanted her to put you in a Lola Vice grip. We know. Like, have fun with that. Even my mom said that she was cute, and I was like, she's fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
Joshua, your taste is boring white women from South Carolina.
The woman I'm dating is a boring white woman from North Carolina, so fuck you. Wow, big difference.
Semantics.
I like the Jews.
And merge the two Carolinas into one boring ass state.
I said nothing anti-Semitic.
No, we just well, can we go back to east of the Mason-Dixon line here?
I don't want to get shot.
And Nia Jax flipped her hair and looked like a Samoan Morticia Adams. And then out comes Candice LeRae, who's the Red Ranger's understudy, as she came and went. Jordan Grace is the Gold Ranger, and I'm all for that. She looked good. She did an uppercut to eliminate Ivy Nile. That had some stank on it.
Yes, like she got her good with that, and it looked and sounded great.
Yeah. And Charlotte eliminates Nia and Alexa Bliss, and Michael Cole tried to orgasm his way into justifying all that.
Dude, I know that this is what they always do with tag teams, but they did this same exact spot twice in this match with Charlotte and Alexa, and then later with Kairi Sane and Asuka, and I'm like, this sucks. This sucks.
I think that goes to show just how one-dimensional the booking of the women's division has been, even though we get so much of it.
Way too much. But, like, can we not do the same angle twice in the same match? God.
No. And then comes Becky Lynch, the Ginger Ranger. And her music sucks in all speeds.
Yes. Her music is absolutely dreadful.
I tried with that music. Dude, I'm like, maybe it'll grow on me. It has not.
You know those songs where the guitar, like, slowly builds at the very beginning? Kind of like that Black Veil Bride song, Knives and Pins. It does not work in wrestling. Like, in wrestling, you need, like, something instantly recognizable. An instrument that slowly builds just does not work in wrestling.
No, not that way. Not that way. You need something recognizable, and then you can bring it down and bring it back up, but yeah.
Also, the song has to be good.
Well, that would help.
That would help.
Then comes Sol Ruka, who I had a hard time with this one, but then I landed on, she's the clubhouse resident who's there, like, for the conversations when they're not rangered up. Like, she's the one who, like, she's the one who gets kidnapped that they have to all go, like, rescue sometimes. But, like, she's always, like, the voice of reason that they all banter back and forth with and ha at the end of the episode.
Not gonna lie, Sol Ruka is the one that I'm like, damn, she's hot.
Yeah, I must admit, I had a similar thought, and she...
Well, that's the thing, is that Lola Vice may have made the goose bubble a little bit, but Sol Ruka is the one that made the goose stand up and pledge the allegiance.
Yeah. If your goose is bubbling, you should probably seek some medical attention, but that's... But you know what? It provides a cauldron of emotions. I will not lie about that.
Also,
beyond the fact that she is hot, which yes, I fully admit, she's also really, really good.
Very good.
Yes,
very
she
good.
Looked fantastic in this match.
The Royal Rumble, both the men and the women, were good for one thing, and that is spotlighting talent from NXT who will eventually be called up and be main roster stars. And she was one of the ones for the women that was exceptional.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's going to be a star, without a doubt. I think she's definitely got it.
She's going to be a champion within the next 2 to 3 years.
And then comes Roxanne Perez, who's the Yellow Ranger's social media manager. We'll get to who the Yellow Ranger is later, but then we get the most cartoony slap fight I've ever seen between Becky and Roxanne Perez. And it made me giggle because I'm like, this is literally like Lois and the Chicken's wife from Family Guy. It's
a chick fight.
When Roxanne starts screaming and starts throwing those windmill punches where like 3 of the 30 connect, I hate it when I love Roxanne, but I hate it when she does that. Like,
Listen, the spot was for fun, okay? I'm enjoying
that
it.
is no excuse. There were multiple spots in the men's rumble that it's funny that was painful. That is not an excuse.
Okay, the men's ones I don't excuse as much as the women's one, okay?
It wasn't as bad as what we got later, but I'm just like, it reminds me of when we were complaining a couple of years ago about how screaming isn't a gimmick. Roxanne, stop.
I agree, and honestly, in my youth, I would have had more of a problem with them having a really fake slap fight. But I'm like, fuck it, this show's just broken me in half, so I'm just laughing at this point. But then
that's the thing. Also, Joshua, is that if I cared more about the quality of actually wrestling, I would have hated it more than I did.
Yeah, you're both not wrong. If we were invested, like we were 2 short years ago.
The way we used to be.
When we're like the good old days of 2 years ago.
Yeah, back when we were just angry ass motherfuckers just wanting a good wrestling product. And now we're just like, we're done. It's dead. We're all dead.
We're like,
it's just
so we're trying to get as much enjoyment as we can out of what we're watching.
Yeah. Before the Titanic finally sinks.
Yeah. Well, and
we're the violin. Wait. We're the 3 violin players as this Titanic is sinking.
Yeah. As Nearer My God to Thee has begun to play. The water's gotten a little colder last night.
That is such a good analogy for the 3 of us.
Yeah. Well, then out comes Maxine Dupree, the Red Ranger. And honestly, she deserves to be the lead of this Power Rangers faction, I think, of this new women's show. Because from what she looked like last year to what she put in this year, this girl has improved a whole lot.
That's why she was my nominee for the Grapplies last month.
She won it.
Yeah.
And for good reason. And she looked great, I thought, in this.
But you also notice how they kept her short.
And then, they did. But boy, she made me laugh. You have to wear full body suits in Saudi Arabia, and she still pulled straps down.
That was kind of funny.
It was so stupid, but that got me. I'm like, you know what? That's kind of the Maxine. That's her gimmick. So let's have some fun of it. And of course, it didn't get a pop because nobody got it, because it doesn't work unless you can see titties. So it didn't work, but it was still.
Oh my god! If she had actually done that, the snipers would have been on her within seconds.
I know.
Yeah. We wouldn't have a Maxine Dupree anymore.
I know. But then in comes Natty Neidhart, who's the Black Ranger.
Well, okay. 2 things. One thing I loved, one thing I hated. 1, Natty's new music was awesome. It was weird hearing a good song, and I'm glad that she's like doing her blood sport gimmick, or at least some variation of it. One thing I hated, there were numerous times, like with, of course the 2 tag team partners come out one right after the other. And of course, the former mentor and protege that broke up, they come out one right after the other. Like, can we not space them out a little bit just to make this look a little less predetermined? Did they have to come out one right after the other? And just, I know it's WWE, it's what they do. They so painfully don't care, but God, this was randomized. Luck of the draw, my ass.
No, they have formularized this show. So, I mean, that's why I said Rumble in a can. Because everything was exactly the way you'd expect for exactly what they're going for, with the way that they wanted to do it, in the way that we expected them to want to do it. And, you
can get away with this if you do it every once in a while, but they do it all the fucking time.
Yeah. How quickly they ran out of ideas. But I did like the fact that the fans chanted "You fucked up" after Becky tried to eliminate Natty. I'm like, I'm glad that Natty's getting some respect right now.
I didn't know the Saudi Arabians were allowed to use swear words.
I don't know. There weren't many of them, so they might have changed those ones out for new ones by the time we got to AJ and Gunther.
Yeah, after they pulled the silencers out.
Yeah, after they dragged the corpses away.
I did hear a few pop, pop, pop after the "you fucked up" chants, so maybe that's what that was.
So you never know. Then comes Liv Morgan, who's the Black Ranger's actress when the mask is off. Natty does all of the actual fighting, and then Liv Morgan shows up to take the mask off and do all the dialogue.
These descriptions are so accurate.
But as Liv Morgan comes down, Liv Morgan does the Liv Morgan, I believe, is doing the Three Amigos. And Wade Barrett says Dom Mysterio, and it's an homage to not Eddie Guerrero, but her boyfriend Dominic Mysterio, who is the best lover on the planet. Just trust him on it. Wade, what information do you have?
Yeah, I caught that too, and I was like, Wade,
how did you get this information?
Stu Bennett, what have you? You know it's serious when I'm using his government name, Stu.
Listen,
the fuck.
Listen, you do what you want to do. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but I have questions that I don't know if I want the answers to, but I don't want to trust Wade with that kind of knowledge.
We ask him, Wade, how did you find out this information? And he simply replies, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
He said that a couple times on this program.
He leans softly into Dominic's ear and goes, boom!
I do like Wade as color commentator, though.
Like, what the fuck else is that supposed to imply, Wade?
I have no idea.
Wade was honestly the best part of the show.
He was.
Yeah, but we say that about him every time he's on commentary on the shows.
Wade, there's a reason why I use him as a jobber on my show, because I love him. What a backhanded compliment.
That is certainly something to say about Wade Barrett.
I love you, Wade.
Now, Joshua booking him like he was in 2013.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hey, stop that. That shakes Wade to the core. But anyway, moving right along. Here comes the person who had a ton of promise. I think she looked insanely good. The Purple Ranger, Lash Legend.
She looked very good in this entire match, and my mom, who was watching the show with me, was mad when she didn't win. She actually won my mom over.
They got plans for her.
Oh yeah,
without a doubt, they got plans for her.
And they actually managed to use her in a way that got legitimate heat from the audience, which proves that when WWE feels like it, they can, do their jobs. It's just
how many times during the Vince administration did we say that exact phrase?
Doesn't that make you feel great about the Triple H era, this current era that just started after the Royal Rumble? The 40th new era since WrestleMania 40?
Joshua, I have a question for you.
Huh?
Do you want a hug?
I just want Triple H to stop saying every 5 minutes it's a brand new era. It's not. We've had 30 of those.
Okay, but do you want a hug, man?
We've had 30 new eras this year, and it's February!
You know, Joshua, I love you.
I love you too. I'm gonna go boom in your ear.
No, Joshua, shut the fuck up. If I have to listen to you complain about the new eras, god damn it.
Well, Skyler, buckle up, because out comes Zelina Vega.
Oh! This is when I started loudly booing, and my mom did not understand why I hated this woman so much. She did nothing in the match that looked good. She did nothing in the match, and it was honestly one of her better performances because she was barely in there and she didn't do much. But what she did do was awful.
Zelina Vega is the one-episode villain who's easily defeated by Megazord.
And you wonder why do they even include her?
And she came out dressed as one. And
Joshua, if you want the real answer, she came out so that way AJ Lee didn't have to go in.
Yeah, well, and in terms of these rumbles, Zelina is the new Natalya. She's everything, but why is she here? She's not needed. Now Natty is needed, but she's the new Natalya of these situations. Come in because you've been there forever. And then here comes Raquel Rodriguez, the dark navy blue ranger. I told you we were going to get a lot of blues in here.
It's still impossible to care about anything she does. She's wrestling Stephanie Vaquer in a Philadelphia street fight tonight, and I guarantee you the crowd's going to cheer when Stephanie Vaquer does the Devil's Kiss and be silent the rest of the match.
Well, that's Booker T's eyes got bulged somewhere at the prospect.
Not just his eyes.
Yeah, that's for
Yeah,
sure.
his goose got bubbly too.
Yeah.
Shucky ducky, quack quack. But I must say, Raquel, this is the most invested I've been in Raquel Rodriguez since she debuted. She's actually come quite a long way from where she was when she was big back Raquel.
With no context,
to
that
where
name
she is
sounds
now.
hilarious. But honestly, there's a reason for that. Apparently, Kevin Nash got a hold of her and told her to the thing that she's doing, the thing that she's not doing that she should be doing, is act like a big wrestler. Be big and
Okay. Kevin Nash telling another tall person to be big sounds like great wrestling booking advice. Great job, Kevin Nash.
I mean, Kevin Nash is a moron, and I wish old wrestlers would just stop doing podcasts because it makes me want to murder them. But
like Kevin Nash, why don't you go talk about WCW again? Why don't you?
A broken clock tears its quad twice a day. Wait, I think I got the phrase wrong. A broken quad is right twice a day. Fuck.
Joshua, maybe you should let me and Sean talk for a minute or two while you get your voice back.
No, I'm just a broken shell of a man.
Sean, anything to contribute to this conversation? Unless he's gone.
Oh no, did we lose him again? Yep, we did. Fuck. Okay.
Okay, he called a 6 out of 10.
All right. Well, yeah, this podcast is a disaster. All right. So Sean is pissed. His Wi-Fi went out apparently again, and now it's just going to be me and this is the most ridiculously out of control podcast we've ever done.
Maybe it would help if he didn't use a laptop that was older than the Nixon administration.
This laptop holds the secrets of Watergate.
Okay, so anyways, we get from Roxanne. Okay, Last Legend, Zelina, Raquel. Oh yeah, Chelsea Green. I don't know what ranger she was, but she's some sort of ranger.
She was fine in this match, but again, they only just used her for comedy. I did like it when I'm gonna call her. God, I can't even They call her Alba Fire. Kaylee Ray. I'm not calling her Alba Fire because that name sucks. Kaylee Ray being in tow and actively trying to help her despite not actually being in the Rumble, and then whoever pulls her in and just clotheslines her out anyway as if she was in the match. That was funny. I liked that.
Okay, then we get Yulia or Julia, depending on how you think about it.
I like Julia, but she is so they have ruined this woman on SmackDown by just the Women's United States Championship is the kiss of death.
It feels like she doesn't know English, and she's not better than any of the other Japanese women's wrestlers, so she stands out in no ways.
Yeah, and also on SmackDown, they don't give her anything to do. They have her paired with Kiana James. No.
They give her stuff to do. They give her shitty feuds that make you not care about her.
She had a feud last year with Zelina Vega that lasted for months. How could anyone?
And then who did she feud with?
I genuinely don't remember after that.
Michin, right? The one that you always complained about.
I forgot. I purged that from my mind. I legitimately forgot about that. I hate talking about the WWE's women's. Shocker! Joshua hates women. Who would have known? I never would have guessed.
Yeah, but and here's the thing: is that the next person is Io Sky, which is a great way to represent it. Julia is nowhere close to Io Sky in terms of how she is as a wrestler and stuff. Although I'm gonna admit, Joshua, Io Sky is really starting to annoy me.
The pointing at her head rapidly thing.
I don't like the pointing at their head saying how crazy she is. Like, God damn it, come up with something new.
I will say, Julia is basically if you took Io Sky and removed a lot of stats.
That doesn't make me feel better.
It's painful levels of accuracy here on the Totally Awesome podcast.
Right, then we get Asuka.
Okay, and she... this is when I was like, okay, this is just starting to drag, and I don't care. Like, I don't hate it, but I'm just like, whatever. And
this is kind of like the middle part of the Rumble that always happens in the middle of the Rumble, where like people are coming in, people are getting eliminated, but nothing really like major's happening. Like you're waiting for something big to come out and really like get people going.
Well, Nia Jax was already in the match, so
no, but I mean. Forget the refrigerator for a second.
All right, Jim Cornette, calm down.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Good. Fuck technology.
The best part of that
I'm sorry, where were we?
You sounded very warbled when you said that, which is very ironic and fitting, but we were talking about, we got to Asuka.
All right, well, okay, let me see where the fuck I was.
We're at Raquel Rodriguez and we got the Chelsea Green.
So Chelsea Green is the newspaper ranger. Julia is the like fourth in command in the villain hierarchy. We'll get to who the rest of the villains are in just a second.
Okay, Sean.
Io Sky is the Yellow Ranger.
I told Io Sky's the Yellow Ranger.
Yes.
All right, so I described to Skyler that Io Sky, Julia is basically Io Sky if you removed a lot of stats.
I think that's accurate.
And also, me and Skyler are both tired of Io's gimmick of pointing at her head repeatedly and screaming.
Well, that's all she ever does.
Well,
that's the point.
A lot.
I'm tired of the gimmick. Do something new.
But Skyler, this is Royal Rumble in a can. This is what the casuals are all about. This is all the rage. This is hip with the kids.
Joshua, you know how old you sound by saying the words hip with the kids?
Look who booked this show!
Yeah, that's a valid argument, honestly.
Like, literally, this show feels like an old person trying to relate to kids. And sometimes it's accidentally successful.
Oh, so it's that whole how do you do young people meme.
Yeah, it's like a... It's like a cop. It's like a cop that's like undercover for a drug bust, and he's like... I too would like to smoke some drugs. And it's just fairly obvious that he's like an undercover cop.
Yeah, it's like, boy, I'd love to have my 17-year-old son have some cigarettes. Maybe you should sell him some. Wink.
Okay, anyways, besides that, then we got to Io Sky.
Asuka's the second in command of the main villain. We'll talk about who the main villain is in just a second, but Asuka's like the second to last one that the Rangers fight.
Okay.
And then
we get to Rhea Ripley.
And Rhea Ripley is the super villain that the whole series is framed around. Kind of like this Rumble.
Yeah.
Wow. There is so much just heartbreak and disdain and utter contempt in this podcast.
Well, hold on. Rhea Ripley, we have to simp for her. You know the rule. Tap the sign.
Yeah.
Her name is Rhea Ripley when she's here. Rhea Ripley, Razor's Edge, Roxanne.
I did not. Okay, speaking of that, all right, I'm jumping ahead a teeny bit. There was actually it was a different move. All right, never mind. We'll get to it. But anyway. So you can swear in Saudi Arabia and maybe get shot. I didn't know you could be goth in Saudi Arabia. Is Rhea Ripley still alive?
She's been there quite a few times.
Not this. Also, okay. She needs to never do this specific makeup again because December was 2 months ago. She looked like Rudolph the Goth red-nosed reindeer.
Hey Joshua, you're saying that I have a problem with that? Like, goddamn, girl. Like, you do you.
The bright, shiny red nose is a massive turnoff.
Hey, Rhea, with your nose so bright, won't you drive my sleigh tonight?
Oh my!
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Shauna and Skyler came. And that's it.
Sure no. That's gonna come next.
And because here comes Bailey, who's the Blue Ranger before she's recast after 2 seasons due to problems with the sexist director. Because every Power Rangers movie or every Power Rangers series has to have one of the Rangers recast, like in the middle, because of some shit went down.
I have an even sadder one. She got recast because, just no one cared about her in the show. And, people just forgot. Okay, Bailey, she was all of our favorite member of the 4 Horsewomen. She's gotten so painfully stale.
I would argue Becky Lynch is worse.
I don't agree with that. In the ring, Becky is kind of stale, but I like her personality. She's altered her personality. Bailey is just all around just boring.
No, Joshua, you've missed the far turn, as Jim Cornette likes to say. I like Charlotte Charlotte is my favorite horsewoman right now.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all. It makes me sick to my testicles.
Can we just not like any
Still
of them?
would, though.
Can we just not like any of them?
Well,
what rule says we have to have a favorite?
Yeah, but we're getting to people we really are not going to like. Here comes JC Jane, not her. JC Jane is, oh, yeah. This poor girl, because she didn't look bad. So I don't mean this as a knock to her, but JC Jane is the White Ranger that travels to the mall in Hoboken for autographs.
She's the autograph ranger?
Because the actual White Ranger's coming up at the end.
Oh.
So, unfortunately, JC Jane's like the one where, Homer Simpson was Krusty the Clown for a bit.
And she beat up the homeless person?
Yeah, she is. Well, maybe, but she'd definitely be doing the handshaking at the local burger joint. But she actually did not look bad, so I'm not trying to say that anything is a knock on her wrestling at all. That was just, I'm trying to fill in a casting sheet here without a couch.
You're giving her a compliment sandwich.
Exactly. It has nothing to do with her herself.
You look like the one person at the autograph signing that no one cares about, but you're decent at wrestling.
Yeah, it's not like Virgil, who has nobody at the casting.
Especially not now.
Virgil's, I would hope not now.
Let's hold a vigil for Virgil.
I'd rather do that than move on, because up next is Nikki Bella.
I briefly thought, funny enough, I briefly thought that this was the worst it was going to get. I booed very loudly when Nikki came out, little did I know.
And in Nikki Bella's case, I wrote down, I'm sorry, the position has been filled. Because I would prefer not to have her on the show. As far as the Power Rangers is concerned.
Or the WWE.
She did some Nikki Bella stuff.
She sure did.
Then came Lyra Valkyria, the Gray Ranger, as most people can't see her, or don't want to. And, I kind of feel bad for Lyra. She's kind of treading water right now. Yeah. And that matchup with Becky is going to haunt her ass. And
it may ruin her career.
It's going to take some recovery time.
Not only did that, and we saw, the video, because I shared it in our group chat of her, genuinely being in tears, upset over how that match went. Because even she knew that it was bad. And not only was it bad, she, the stipulation, if you lose, you can never challenge. You'd never want to be the babyface in a situation where, if you lose, you can never challenge for the title again, and then you lose.
Yeah. Ask Cody before he came here. Although those AEW fans would have revolted bloody murder if Cody was ever AEW champion.
Yeah, but that's beside the point. Who cares about the sickos?
Yeah, but in any case, out comes Kaylani Jordan, who's the Green Ranger stunt double on the clip shows. Who was also okay? Here's Kairi Sane, the third in command villain who steers the evil ship that the villains have conferences in.
These descriptions are killing me.
This Rumble was killing me, so I had to find a way to have some fun with it.
No. Your laptop is what's killing you, Sean.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, no, that laptop is killing itself at this rate. I put it to bed.
Like the laptop was like, oh god, they're talking about this show, and Sean looks over and the laptop has hung itself with its own cords.
I don't understand it. It literally, I am on the Wi-Fi with every other device I have, and randomly that laptop's like, you know what? Fuck your Wi-Fi.
That laptop is clearly like, I don't want to have to review this show any more than you do. Please make it stop.
Maybe. I don't know. But
Sean's laptop is like, boss, I'm tired.
Because it didn't want to hear Cole screaming, Kyrie! In the, cringiest Wheatie-shire way possible.
Okay, we're officially in the please retire Cole phase.
Yeah,
please, Cole, retire before I say retire, bitch.
I'm also in that camp. I just don't need Michael Cole in my life anymore. And also, we got to the part where I complained about earlier, where, the tag team, one of the tag team partners accidentally eliminated the other tag team partner. And then that person that accidentally did the elimination also got eliminated immediately afterwards. Oh, what a unique and creative storyline spot. And it was so creative, unique, and captivating. It was like watching the Force Awakens.
Joshua, have you done that?
No. I was getting to the punchline. It's like watching The Force Awakens immediately after watching A New Hope.
And then it's the Office meme. The Office would like you to identify the difference between these two pictures. They're the same picture.
It's like the spider. It's like the Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at each other, except they're pointing at each other with their lightsabers
and touching just the tips.
No, God.
But anyway, here comes Brie Bella, and in all caps, I'm sorry the position has been filled.
I was angry for two reasons. One, the worst Bella. You know how much I hate Nikki Bella. When I'm saying the lesser of the Bellas returned. I was angry for three reasons. One, Brie Bella existing on Earth. Two, she got the loudest reaction out of everyone. I hate Saudi Arabia so much. They still think Yokozuna's alive. And three, even 10 years ago, this made me angry. Every single time Brie Bella does Daniel Bryan's moves, I just seethe with rage. She can't.
I will say, though, seeing her do the kicks and everybody doing the yes chants at 1.5 speed was kind of fun.
And then Michael Cole said, "We know who that's in reference to," and I literally was like, "Just say it!
Just say,
fuck you! Just say it!" God,
he probably couldn't.
This is the angriest I've gotten on this podcast in a long time.
They put the name Powerhouse Hobbs up though before they
exactly
keys though, so you may be onto something here.
Just say it. Michael Cole, either say it or retire.
Well, out comes Tiffany Stratton, the real White Ranger.
I feel like Joshua just took the sniper rifle away from the Saudi soldiers and is pointing at Michael Cole.
I'll do it. He's like, I don't care if we accidentally see a little too much shoulder or ankle. I'm done with Michael Cole.
Yeah, just wait.
And then I got disappointed because, this is no knock on Tiffany. I love Tiffany. But Tiffany came out, and I was like, oh, so Bianca Belair, her hand is fucked up. So that means Liv Morgan's winning. All right, cool. Let's see how this plays out.
Well,
I feel like we skipped some people.
Good.
No, we got through everybody. But but then Lash eliminates both Bellas, and that was cathartic. And seeing the fans say no at 1.5 speed was funny too, with the hand motions. It was
also the fans don't like Brie Bella; they just like her husband.
Yeah,
you should be smart enough to be able to separate the two.
And yet people yelled Undertaker at Michelle McCool when she was in the first Royal Rumble.
What did AJ Lee once say? Talent is not sexually transmitted? Someone needs to tell
Yeah,
the
that's
fans.
why Undertaker's podcast sucks ass now.
That's what I've also heard as much.
That show, the second that Undertaker's wife became that show, it fell off so hard. It's but in any case, Lash looked good. They clearly have plans for her. The knee bar from Io to Lash, and then that boot from Lash Legend onto Io Sky to her face that eliminated her. That was intense.
That was the best spot on the entire match. That looked brutal.
But then where did she go? Because the referees like pushed Io like to the right, like away from the ramp. So where did she go? Where did they put her?
They put her on a cart.
Was she hurt?
She might have been shot.
Well, maybe. I didn't think about that at first. But
Now
that's
Googling,
the way
is
this
Io
podcast
Sky
is
still
going.
alive?
She'll probably be on Raw as we speak for at least 2/3 of Raw. And but then Rhea eliminates Lash to a big pop. Raquel eliminates Rhea, and then Liv eliminates Raquel for the third time we've seen that spot on the night.
And that, honestly, that should have been the only time they did that.
That should have been the only one. Yeah, I agree.
And Joshua will get even more mad when they revealed in WWE Unreal that she was happy backstage.
Yeah, more than likely, but
No, they actually have footage of Raquel Rodriguez crying and smiling and hugging Alexa Bliss. Sorry, Liv Morgan afterwards. I got Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan confused. Fuck.
well, that's been a problem with them for a long time.
I'm actually seething at that.
But in any case, the final sequence was cool. I liked what the last three did on the apron and how Liv won it all, so I'm not mad about it.
Also, when Raquel Tejana bombed Rhea into the apron, Rhea sold that beautifully. Like, for a split second, I thought she actually messed up her back.
Rhea's terrific at selling.
Absolutely.
It's one of her best qualities.
Absolutely.
But then, right at the end, I was just about to switch over to the next part, which was the next match, which was totally from somewhere legal, Yarg. But right before I did, exactly, Meowser, as exactly. This man knows what's up.
The timing of that.
Thankfully, I was holding on to the middle rope, so I'm still in the rumble. even though I came in twice, like Mick Foley, and I got eliminated once before. And
Bro, it did the Big Show thing at the 2000 Rumble with The Rock. Oh, that was.
Yeah. But in any case, you didn't throw me over the top that time. But
That was
Michael
so
Cole,
perfectly
right before I switched over to the next match, Michael Cole said something that made me pop.
Oh no.
Because Liv Morgan, after being told by the referee you're not pointing at the sign enough, continues pointing at the sign, and then Michael Cole says, "Ever since she was a little girl, she has waited for this moment." I'm like, no way. It's been a while, but here we are.
I actually want to give this show a 0 out of 10. Like,
Time
my
is a
God.
flat circle.
Yeah, so is a 0.
Well, that was an oval. It has to be a circle.
Shut up! Now we're getting back into semantics again. Now we're getting into anti-Semitism again.
I thought that was a SpongeBob reference.
It was a SpongeBob reference. Anyway,
We are
let's move
broken
on.
shells of men.
Let's move on to AJ Styles versus Gunther in a career-threatening match with referee Danny Angle, so you know what's up.
Also known as the best thing on the entire show by a country mile.
I thought that was Wade Barrett.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, well, this involved quality wrestling, though.
Oh, you mean
Sorry,
wrestling?
Wade.
Okay.
But AJ, I mean, this match was exactly what you thought it would be. It was terrific.
Oh, absolutely.
It was from top to bottom. It was great. I really only had one issue with it, and it was right at the end. but I mean, they took their time with this, but it never felt like it got too slow until the end. But I had fun.
Well, I understand why they did that. They were trying to re-emulate some of what happened at the end of the Gunther Cena match, where he was like exhausting his options trying to get out of the sleeper. The thing is, with that kind of finish, you probably shouldn't keep doing it because it gets repetitive and, you know, a little It didn't bother me, but because I understood what they were doing with it. But I can see how like it would be like, all right, can we pick it up a little bit now?
Well, we get there are a couple notes that I had. I really did not have a lot to say about this one, but the anytime that they do, and I love this spot. Anytime, it's very beginning of a matchup, but when somebody's got a headlock and then they go to like shoot them off and they just keep the headlock in and they just kind of drag themselves down to the center of the ring.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that one is just cathartic to me. Then AJ lost his skull from a boot to the outside.
Oh, it was like, you remember that?
Oh, it was to his gut because he was like kind of curdled.
That's the second time I've seen AJ do that. The first time was, this is quite the reference. I think it was in 2018, or it was either 2017 or 2018, when there was a triple threat match between Baron Corbin, Bishop Dyer, Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, and Ty Dillinger, when Baron Corbin did that move.
Oh, dear God.
Yeah.
Ty Dillinger reference in the Big 2-6.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sean Spears.
The chairman?
Silence. I like the silence after I said that. It was
Yes.
very fitting. But yeah, like Baron Corbin did that nasty looking kick to AJ off the apron, and yeah, I love AJ, but every time he knows how to make some like injury bumps look like devastating.
Oh yeah. And even though I wrote down these announce tables are used far too often, AJ bleeding from the forearm because of the monitor, I will take as a happy accident.
Yeah.
I thought you called happy accidents what you do on Saturday nights.
No, that's what I do every night.
Oh, Sean.
Anyway,
You want me to
ask him.
You want me to get my
Ask
cat here so she can meow?
Ask him. What? I'm sorry, Skyler. What'd you say? I don't need a hug. That's quite all right.
If it's a bear hug, Sean will like it.
But that's actually not incorrect. But as Gunther said, ask him. All matchup, I'm like, if we don't get Chris Jericho in the Rumble, at least we've got him in spirit here in Gunther.
Gunther just studies the best wrestlers.
Reason number 84, 5,820 bajillion as to reason why the men's Rumble was not exactly the most exciting thing in the world.
And also, what a bizarre world we're in where I've actually said something nice about Chris Jericho.
No, well, here's the thing. You said something nice about Chris Jericho's past stuff, not his current stuff. Okay,
that's fair. That's fair. But
because
anyway,
I don't think people are looking at the modern Chris Jericho and saying that's great. I want to see that.
they're looking forward to him coming. Well, he might be debuting right now as we speak on Raw. So check out. We'll see what happens there. But anyway, AJ Styles hits a Yoshi Goroshi, and Mike, have you ever noticed Michael Cole will never attempt to call that move what it is?
The one
Ever.
smart
Because he's
thing
gonna
he
get
does.
it wrong, and he knows it.
It's true. It's true. He used to say it, but I don't think he actually. And it's an Oshi Goroshi, not a Yoshi Goroshi, but I like calling it a Yoshi Goroshi.
It's a Uragi.
That's just because you picked Yoshi in Mario Kart.
Sometimes, but never in Smash. I'm ass with Yoshi in Smash. But this has been a TED Talk.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad Cole never tried naming it. But the match has been great so far, is what I wrote down. The calf crusher to the sleeper counter was pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Power bomb. I mean, all the power bombs. Okay, I've got a little piece of trivia for you guys. It's kind of a teaser for a trivia show down the line. The 450 the springboard 450 that AJ did in this matchup. What Bound for Glory did he win the TNA championship with that move?
2008.
No.
2009.
2007?
2009.
Ah,
Do you remember who it was against?
Sting.
It was Sting at Bound for Glory.
What was that move called?
It was just a 450.
No,
it was just a Springboard
he had a
450.
name.
He didn't have a name for it.
He did have a name for it. The Superman.
Did he?
The Superman.
Well, Mike today didn't call it the Superman. He called it a 450.
Well, it's Mike today.
So, yeah. So, but in any case, it still looked great.
Oh yeah.
Along with the Styles Clash.
I will say there was one thing I wanted that I knew we weren't going to get, but I hoped and prayed for it, and it never happened. I was like, well, I get it. Can you imagine if one last time AJ Styles busted out a spiral tap?
Could he pull a spiral tap off of Gunther?
No, AJ...
well, he said to his own admission he probably could not do one because he hasn't done one in like a decade.
He said he literally forgot how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't think he's going to be able to pull off that type of move against Gunther, especially at his age.
I don't think he's able to pull off that move against anybody.
That's a tough move to pull off in general. I mean, the fact that he did it for as long as he did is a testament.
Yeah.
But then we get kind of a Flair-like low blow when Angles gets, Danny Angles, that is, gets pushed up into the corner, and AJ kicks out of a power bomb. Then Gunther just starts brutalizing AJ, and then this took a while. This sleeper sequence was great, but here's my issue with this. Danny Angles screaming, AJ! 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 It did not need to go that hard.
It's like a father like yelling for his drowned child.
It was pretty rough. I'm like, listen, a couple of times fine, but it was like 10 times.
Okay, it would have been better if
long sequence.
If I was booking it, I would have had the referee go, Alan!
Yeah.
No, okay, look, we're breaking kayfabe already. Like, that would have been too much.
So don't care. Well, Raquel was literally back there crying tears of joy because she got eliminated. I don't want to hear about kayfabe at this point.
You know what? That's fair.
Every time, like the last time,
go ahead.
I think it was SmackDown or Raw where, if they just acted like Unreal didn't exist, I would be fine. But like every show, like someone cuts a promo and they plug Unreal, and I just want to break my TV.
Yeah, that's why I haven't watched that show, because I pretend it doesn't exist, except for when it's convenient for me.
Like, it made me feel bad for Lyra, and that is the only thing that show has done for me.
It made me understand that I was right about LA Knight from the beginning and the way that they viewed him.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, we will get to that later, but here's the thing. And now I gotta call out Lee Fitting. Because Lee Fitting has regressed just as much as the booking has. Because no sooner had the bell been rung for AJ Styles passing out, Lee Fitting did 6 or 7 camera cuts in a row to like children or so, like, oh no, oh my god, it was like, and half of them weren't even looking.
Yep.
Why are we all just turning into pumpkins? This whole company is turning into a pumpkin. This whole company is Daniel fucking Jones.
I don't.
Yeah, but Joshua's not going to get that reference.
I don't understand.
No, but you do, and a lot of football fans do. And for whatever overlap this show has of them, they will know.
I am a ball of confusion.
Yes, well, yeah, and that's what WWE does to people. It makes them have prolonged exposure to the orb of confusion.
You're not wrong.
Anyway, it was good. This match was great. It was just the end was long. It could have used one more hope spot, but I still loved it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Now, of course, the speculation is that AJ Styles is only done with WWE and he'll go to TNA because he didn't take off his gloves.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And when he was like, considering taking. I was like, if he puts his like boots and gloves on the mat, then he's done. But if he like puts his gloves back on and leaves, then I'm like, oh, so he's subtly telling us I'm gonna wrestle a few other places before I officially retire. This is just WWE.
Yeah. Well, and damn, Styles' hands were pale, but I'm happy to see him wrap things up in TNA. Honestly.
Wait, are you surprised that the white boy has pale hands?
Not at all, but it was just funny.
Oh, country
to see
boys, beatnik, something about trucks.
Well, remember that all of these guys tan, so that's just AJ Styles' like regular color. Is there, but it was still funny to see. It was like, let me take off my hands so you can see my real skin color.
Okay, and, god damn it.
Well, that's what it was.
I mean, you're not wrong, but like it's still kind of weird when you put it in that context.
Well, speaking of, let's move on to the palest Muslim of all time.
Great transition.
Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship. And this went about as well as you possibly... I mean, it went the way that I would expect. I have really nothing to say that much about it.
I very much enjoyed it, even though the crowd was tired.
Yeah.
Which, it's kind of funny, because, like, Sami Zayn has, like, 84 hometowns. Well, he has 83 now, because the magic didn't work with Sami this time, because the crowd was, hyperventilating, trying to recatch their breath. I actually loved that Drew basically just... The story of this was, I've wrestled this man 11 times, and he's beaten me 11 times. And I've never been the world champion. I got a world title match in my hometown a couple years ago, and I lost. Now in this match, I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and he's 0-12 and has yet to win a world title.
Hello, doctor, hospital? Won't do any good. 11 times. He's a goner. How do we tell him?
And
it makes it better. Are in full board today, folks.
It makes it better that like one of the promos he cut on a couple SmackDowns ago, he was like, my son was like, why do they say John Cena's the never seen 17? Oh, he's won 17 world titles. The Giga Chad known as Sami Zayn's son turns to him and says, how many world titles have you won, Dad? And then Sammy's like, I wish your mom aborted you. And then he goes.
That's a direct quote for those of you.
Come on, John.
That's a direct quote.
Oh, Joshua, wait, what the fuck?
I love that Skyler was. He didn't say that, and Sean was like, that is a direct quote. And then he goes and loses again in a squash.
But if Michael Cole can call him Slammy Zayn, this man's career can go anywhere. As there's no way there's 25,000 people here when they say that. This match starts out fine, and then Sami Zayn does the dive to the outside, and he lands on his feet, but he starts selling his back as I got another Colts reference. He had the Sauce Gardner non-contact back injury on that dive.
Oh, Sean.
Sorry, I had to do it.
And
I had to do
it. Why are you trying to make me feel bad? I like Sami Zayn.
And
I like Sami Zayn too. That's more a knock on Sauce Gardner than it is Sami Zayn. It was just a funny sell.
So my thing was, I loved that Wade Barrett basically performed verbal gymnastics to explain why Sami was selling his back.
He did. He tried so hard.
Like, Wade Barrett was doing so much verbal gymnastics to explain why Sami's back was hurting that his back was probably hurting too.
Well,
I mean, what do you expect when he has to try and carry this shitty match?
Yeah, well, Drew did hit a tilt-to-world backbreaker, and if it didn't hurt before, it did then.
Like, you have my permission to sell your back.
Yes, now you can sell your back.
You sold a little prematurely. Happens out of 1 every 5 guys, but
but Sami kept rallying at times. But this was kind of, Josh, again, you mentioned it back I think in the group chat, it did somewhat feel like a glorified squash, but it kind of needed to be for Drew.
Yeah, because
He kind of needed this.
Because Drew's literal gimmick is I've been screwed over again and again and again. 3 hours later and again and the next day and the next.
Can you
day.
move it along?
And the next phone call answers, picks up the phone, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
And it got so boring that they had to hire a new narrator.
And it got so boring that they had to give him the world title just to spruce things up a little bit.
And then
Okay, we're going to run out of SpongeBob references if we keep going the way we're going, guys.
So yeah, he absolutely needed a decisive win.
Yeah. And,
I think we need to do a podcast just talking about SpongeBob references.
That should be an SJS V2. I would be down for that.
That would be fun. I would be in for that.
But yeah, like, look, Drew McIntyre, if he's going to be a dominant guy, he needs to be able to be shown that he can be dominant. And Sami Zayn is the perfect underdog babyface that can get his ass kicked for sympathy.
In front of his son.
That sigh said it all. Well, then we get, there was a good Helluva kick dodge and then a Claymore, and then Sami Zayn's foot's on the ropes. The match was good. Helluva at 1.5 speed. Helluva kick.
Okay, Sean, I have a question. Did you play Gunther and AJ Styles at 1.5 speed?
I played it at 1.25 because they deserved it. But it was still good. It was still very good. And actually, no, yeah, I take that back. I actually did watch that one full bore. That's the only thing I watched full bore. Everything else was sped up. But it was, not to say that I wouldn't have enjoyed it equally as much at 1.5 speed. I probably would have. But I had to move the rest of them along. But anyway, then this was kind of funny. They do an announce table spot, and the announcers are trying to sound all concerned. Oh, Sami Zayn, he may not be able to continue the match. And meanwhile, the fans, this is awesome. Yeah. Sami's almost dead. This is awesome. It's just like the duality of the two vibes was just really funny.
And the added context is this is one of Sami Zayn's 8 trillion hometowns.
I know.
Yeah, but this isn't his real hometown. Let's be real.
He has too many for him to have a real hometown. He's a drifter.
Yeah, I agree.
Sami Zayn should adopt Elias's gimmick as a drifter with like a guitar. Except what kind of Muslim instruments are there besides grenades and rocket launchers?
Oh my God, Joshua, come on.
He would play an oud.
He is a pretty swell dude. I do agree.
Yeah, that's close enough. But Drew's little look me in the eye was intense, but it was a nice little piece to kind of punctuate the whole deal. And, I thought that this match and the match with Gunther and AJ were kind of similar as far as, like, the heel kind of dominating at the end. But this one was definitely more of a foregone conclusion than I think Gunther and AJ was. But this was fine. I had no problem with this, really.
Agreed. I would have liked a little bit more of a competitive match, but like we described, Drew needed a dominant win. And
yeah, I can't complain about singles matches in prominent positions on my WWE programming when they're of this quality. So
yeah, we got 2 good ones. Like, say what you want about the Rumbles and Lee Fitting being not the Lee Fitting of old, the good old memories of Lee Fitting 2 years ago. But yeah, we still got 2 solid singles matches on this show.
Which is sometimes not always a given.
Yeah.
As especially now with the amount of matches shrinking. Then we move on, unless there's anything else you'd like to add to about either Sami or Drew.
I'm really enjoying the gimmick of Sami Zayn losing in front of everyone he holds dear. It makes for great comedy.
Well, he does it well.
He sure does.
But then we move on to the men's rumble. And if there is one thing I can say about this rumble is that Obafemi I have not seen as much of this guy as I should be.
The best thing they did in this entire Rumble was the first, 10 minutes. Because, for one, they had my jaw on the floor. We'll get to it with what they did with Braun Breaker. And they made Obafemi look like $1 million until they eliminated him like he was a complete and total afterthought.
Well, hold on. Let's be clear about something, okay? This was WWE's chance to establish some new stars for their men's division, just like they did with their women's division. And it was, again, mostly people who are coming up from NXT that are shining brightly.
Well, they probably would have had a few more. They could have had, a slot for Ricky Saints or someone else. But no, let's drown this match in Spanish people.
Okay, Joshua.
Or luchadors.
Let's get to the Obafemi part first, though.
Tomato, talambre. That's not a word.
That is definitely not a word.
I'm losing it.
But Obafemi, I mean, he's got size.
Yeah.
He's got a hell of a look. His work, he's landing people flat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his promo capability is like, but from what I've seen just in what he's done here in the Rumble, you could tell they expect he is going to be a major player in 4 or 5 years for this company.
I've heard
And remember, he's the one with the Nigerian accent, so he's a little bit different in the way he talks.
Actually, and unlike Apollo Crews that one year, it's actually a real, legitimate Nigerian accent. So we're gonna see Obafemi in a Nigerian drum match soon for the Intercontinental title, and some big dude who does a Samoan Spike is gonna win in the match. But anyway, but yeah, I've actually heard
a great White Ranger.
I've heard Obafemi is not. So I've actually
You're right. He's probably a Black Ranger.
Well, what gave you that idea? I've heard a few Obafemi promos, and he's intense, a little slow, and his Nigerian accent with his intensity is actually fascinating to listen to him talk. There's one problem. The fans. Shocker. Every time he says something, the fans go, ugh! Ugh! Ugh!
Oh, that means that it's going to get over way before it should.
It's going to get over before he does.
Well, that's what I mean. It's going to Braun Strowman him.
We're getting to the point where we're going from 4-letter words like yeet that are stupid and nonsensical to sound effects.
Noises.
To noises. Maybe Jey Uso's a prophet. He was warning us with the God.
Oh, God. But where do we go after that?
Our IQ is plummeting as, a fan base, a nation, a society, a species. Anyway.
We go with Braun Breaker doing Braun Breaker things for 10 seconds.
Yeah, let's get to that. This honestly was my favorite thing in the entire match because it legitimately caught me off guard.
Okay.
There was one thing about it that stuck out like a sore thumb that I actually hated, though.
Let Sean do the thing. Let Sean do the thing.
I was just, yeah.
They must have some dipshit go out to every department store in the town they're in, or in this case, hold every department store at gunpoint, and say, I need you to buy out every single black hoodie and black pair of sweatpants in this country /city/state before this show, or I will literally behead you and chop you up. And
you're gonna choppy the pee-pee?
As more than just the pee-pee, my friend. You'll wish that the pee-pee was the only thing they chopped off.
We're gonna give you the American journalist treatment.
Because, listen, just do me a favor, WWE. Take the sponsor logos off the mat and put them on the hoodies. Sponsor the hoodies. That way everybody looks different, and we don't get the same way that you do shock people every time. And by the way, nobody wears black hoodies with nothing on them. No one. 0 people. 0 people.
I will say, I loved this part, but the black hoodie made me do 2 things. 1, groan loudly. 2, immediately go, they're doing this purely to antagonize Sean.
Well, and you can't you can't just do some wrestler's shirt like they're dressed like a fan. Like, it's just... Why?
Remember in
It'd be
2000,
so easy to just slap your merchandising shit on it. You could advertise you could do a WWE Unreal hoodie if you wanted to, just to put another brand of something you're trying to sell.
they literally did like what you're talking about in 2009, like with Chris Jericho and Rey Mysterio, where Chris Jericho was hiding in the audience pretending to be a Rey Mysterio fan.
Wearing a Rey Mysterio mask. Yeah, exactly.
When 2009 Vince is more creative than 2026 Triple H.
It's just, for God's sakes. I was like Paul Heyman out there losing my fucking mind when I saw that black hoodie. But then, you know, they do the attack. They do the diversion of a curb stomp. I don't think this is Seth. I don't know why, because they tried to throw people off the scent before. It could be, and if it is, okay, fine. Do Seth and Braun. I don't see why they're beefing, though.
I mean, Braun Breaker did, I don't know, kick him out of his own group.
Seth injured himself out of his own group.
Yes, but in storyline.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I mean, listen, it did a good job for everyone saying Braun Breaker was favored to win the Rumble. I think Braun needs more time before he gets to that world title shot.
That's also what I took from this.
And I think that they feel that way as well, and I don't mind them waiting a while.
Yeah, me either. And also, again, the shock value was like, he was my pick to win. And when he got tossed out immediately, like, again, my jaw hit the floor. Little did I know that was the most exciting part of the Royal Rumble. And it was literally the first 10 seconds.
Yeah. And, well, but it was kind of fun to see Obafemi just wreck people.
And I love how they directly referenced the 2020 Royal Rumble where Brock Lesnar was like murdering everyone for like the first half of it. But I'm glad they didn't go as long as Brock did. They were wise to like, okay, let's have him do that to like 5 people and then actually like have people come in.
Yeah. Although I did look back to that Rumble earlier today, and I will never forget when Keith Lee came out and Brock Lesnar was like, "Ooh, big boy, big boy."
Drew McIntyre booting Brock out of the Rumble is one of my favorite Royal Rumble moments. Just the reaction of everyone. That was magnificent.
It floored people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Right, because Braun Breaker goes, Solo Sikoa's in there for a little bit, he's gone. Rey Mysterio's in there for a little bit, he's gone. Rusev is in it for a little bit, he's gone.
Okay,
hold on. I gotta stop you here. Because I felt for Rusev, because save for some of the stuff he did on TV in that one match with Sheamus, Rusev has done goose egg since coming back. And will probably continue to. But I wouldn't be surprised if he wins kind of a mid-card belt one way or another at some point. But they've got him treading as much water as he possibly can.
I don't even remember seeing him do anything since he made Sheamus tap out at that, I think it was Clash in Paris, in that Irish street fight, whatever they called it, match. I literally have not seen him since. And he was in the Rumble for like 30 seconds. And do you remember at Extreme Rules, I believe in 2017, when Austin Aries lost that submission match to Adrian Neville, and he had the "I'm about to quit" look on his face? The look on Rusev's face after he got eliminated was, I hate my life. That was real. I hate my life. Every wrestling company I go to does this to me. Why did I want to do this with my life? I miss being married to my flexible wife. We're divorced now, and I'm just sad.
Yeah, he ain't going to do a whole lot, I'm sure here. You know, he should go to TNA. And
but not everybody can go to TNA and AAA.
What a transition.
Yeah. Then,
hold on. We get Damian Priest.
Yeah, Matt Cardona, by the way, who is still on JCW programming and NWA programming as we speak, because they taped months in advance. So
that's pretty funny.
So the fact that he's still JCW champion at this moment because of where the taping is lying, and but he didn't stay for very long. Damian Priest, what are we doing here, bro? I
would say the bloom is off the rose, but I think the rose wilted up, fell over, and died.
Yeah.
The modern day Jack Swagger.
Minus the lisp.
Ow.
Minus the lisp. Although I think Jack Swagger was a better wrestler.
We're splitting hairs here. We're like, sure.
I like Devon Evans though.
Yeah, John. He's back. Although I will say, okay, I know that it's part of his gimmick, but I hated that his little animations or whatever, like, interrupted like what we were watching people in the ring fighting, and then it cut to like. You don't have, like, for his regular entrances on, like, regular matches, fine. But for the Rumble, can we not do shit like that, please?
Yeah, I agree. It's like when those people got those random 3D graphics for a while.
Like Matt Riddle's magical animals
Birds
that came
shooting
out of his
asshole, yes.
Yeah, that I still don't understand that.
Well, speaking of animals,
Jesus.
in comes Mr. Iguana.
This was my least favorite thing on the end. Like, give me Brie Bella.
My favorite part about this was Wade Barrett calling him an Iguana. And using he gave that like 4 syllables.
Even my mom was
an
like
Iguana.
Even my mom, who was the most casual to have ever casualed, she kept saying, "This is so dumb. This is so dumb." And I was like, I don't know why I watch wrestling either, Mom.
Hey, I remember wrestling stuffed animals as a child.
It did kind of make me half-heartedly chuckle when Damian Priest chokeslammed him and his pet. But at the same time, it's 2026, and we're chokeslamming a stuffed animal. This is gonna hurt Skyler.
I wouldn't have minded this. I wouldn't have minded this if this was the only luchador that was in the program.
This is gonna hurt Skyler, but this whole experience reminded me of the 2012 Royal Rumble,
which I also just watched recently. And God, that match! Oh boy.
I mean, the 2012 Rumble was whatever.
It was heel Michael Cole, and it hurt. And oh, hello, Skyler. Hello, friend.
How's it going?
Skyler just ran in real quickly for an in-person run.
He borrowed Shotzi Blackfart's tank.
Oh, God.
And now he's going to try to murder Kurt Angle, and Kurt Angle's going to fire him. There are some deep cuts for you.
That is a deep cut. But then,
I didn't get to finish that storyline either. I'm sad.
Well, I don't know. It depends on how bad things get. We may have to pick it all back up. But in any case, Trick Williams is out, and he got a pretty decent reaction. And Trick Williams eliminates Iguana. Thank God.
Thank God. Like, Mr. Iguana is literally one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's not just that his gimmick is the worst. He's god-awful in the ring.
He don't look that good in the ring.
His in-ring, like, and when he got chokeslammed and he was like pretending to be an animal that was like rigor mortis, I wanted to reach into the screen and actually kill him.
Yeah, well, he didn't stay very long.
If he experienced actual rigor mortis, maybe then I would have been happy.
Well, then out comes Cody Rhodes, and that got everybody up.
Yeah.
And okay. This. I like Cody. No, I'm happy with Cody. This is not about Cody. But these next 2 picks. I hate this. This, like usual, WWE took a gimmick that had some sort of promise to it, and bastardized it to the point of destroying it, making it unfunny and unpleasant to experience. And it is doing a disservice to the people underneath the masks who I think are tremendous wrestlers. And that is Ludwig Kaiser and Chad Gable.
I need this El Grande Americano horseshit to die. It is awful.
When Gable was doing it to fight other luchadors because he said he was better at everything than the entirety of Mexico, and he did that to kind of make fun of luchadors, that was fine. That I actually thought was kind of funny.
And
he
then,
did a good job as a heel.
And then it evolved and metastasized into whatever the hell we're looking at now.
Then he got hurt, and they gave it to 3 spuds who didn't deserve to be underneath the masks, and now they're all just doing some ridiculousness in AAA, and and luchadors. How much do the Saudis like luchadors?
Are luchadors legal as Skyler's shoveling snow outside?
I live in California, so I resent that statement.
But in any case, please, I am begging this company. Why can't we just have Chad Gable?
This is worse than Shorty G.
No.
Now that he's come back as it is.
Well, yeah. Honestly, with that caveat, like the fact that he's come back as this still, it's.
If he was regular piss Chad Gable, angry at luchadors like he was before, and now angry at the white guys who took his angry at luchadors gimmick, that I would have been fine with. Him coming back as the quote-unquote original crap-ass gimmick is just the... Stop it. It's time to stop.
It's time to stop. I agree. Like it just makes me think with Chad Gable when didn't take him seriously under Vince, he was Shorty G. Now they don't take him seriously under Triple H. Same shit, different administration.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of that, I think, as we're now fully almost rotating back to full circle.
Yeah.
But then here comes number 14. God, I still want to call him Powerhouse Hobbs.
We couldn't say Daniel Bryan earlier, but we can say Powerhouse Hobbs for 10 seconds.
But here's the issue. Here's why I hate this so much. Royce Keys is a dumb name. I'm sorry, it's a dumb name.
Yeah.
But here's the problem. It's a sentimentally dumb name. And it's got good meaning behind a dumb name.
If they would have called if they would have called him Royce Hobbs, that would be better.
But it's about his kid and his departed mother, and I understand that, and that's fine, and I get it and enjoy it, and maybe it'll get over. But I would be remiss if I did not register the fact that despite it having some sentimentality, it's a dumb name.
It made me think.
You want to know how you could fix it?
What? How?
Royce the Key Hobbs.
I would actually be down with that.
Make the key a nickname.
Yeah.
And you can say that he is the key to solving problems.
Well,
I don't know.
Here's your
Anything.
Here's your problem, Skyler. You're putting more thought into it than creative did.
No, what Will Hobbs did.
Yeah.
Well, and the problem is, it's like I made the joke, and I'm gonna do it again because I've been making the joke everywhere about it. It's like the amount of jokes that could come out of this, like, oh, Royce Keys managed by Ferrari brake pedal, and it's just like, and all of the mechanic names that could come out of that, and I don't know. It's like I feel like they're gonna handicap this guy with that name.
It's Me Chin, but for a dude.
Yeah. Yeah,
but the difference is that this is one that he picks personally because of the meaning it has to him.
Right.
Which is, okay.
Fine.
Whatever.
Fine.
This should not be a wrestler's name. This is not... Look, there are some nicknames that work. There are some that don't. The reason why a nickname will work is because the nickname, it's cool, it comes off the tongue, or it has a deep meaning to a person. And the name he had before was so much better. The Powerhouse Will Hobbs. You know what he is based off of 3 words.
And they called him a powerhouse.
It's like he forgot how nicknames work. Imagine if Bret Hart went to WCW or like some other company and he was just like Bret Hitman, and that was it.
That's a good point.
Look, it's Bret Hitman.
Like
But
Chad Jones, Steve Jackson, I don't know, Tyrod the Lightning Taylor. Like, all those things are sounding better names, and I'm just generically throwing two names together.
Well, the Tyrod Taylor is looking to come to a football team to back up near you. But in any case, that's a different story.
I do like that they had him get the elimination on Damian Priest. Even though we're all like, what the hell are they even doing with him anymore? They still consider Damian Priest somewhat of a big deal in their own twisted manner of thinking. So it was good to see that they gave his decisive elimination to Roy's powerhouse Will Hobbs-Keys.
Will Hobbs-Key.
Will Hobbs-Key. That's a better name. We're gonna call him that from now on.
Polish person I've ever seen.
We're gonna call him Will Hobbs-Key from now on.
Royce Hobbs-Key. I'll keep Royce if his last name can be Hobbs-Key. Oh, that's terrific. But
Royce Hobbs-Key bottom.
That's certainly
Royce Hobbs-Key. Rob's Hoist Skibbity Toilet.
Oh God.
Calm down. Calm down, sir. Calm down.
I love how both of you almost said the exact...
Don't speak like young people, sir.
I love how you both were like, oh God, almost at the exact same time.
You know what? I made a 6'7" joke earlier. I cannot throw stones.
Yeah, absolutely.
But out comes Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, and Ilya Dragunov, who I like a lot. I like all three of those guys. Although I'm waiting to see what they do with Austin Theory.
I like his somewhat of a makeover. I love his new theme song. I'm just like, this is like the third or fourth time they've tried to like rebrand you. I hope it works, but I kind of have a feeling it's just going to be same old, and oh look, Austin Theory is now all elite. No, then he'll rename himself Austin Concept.
I should call him Concept Austin.
And he does a backstage segment called The Concept of Austin. Actually, that wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, under Tony it would be. Under Tony Khan it would be bad.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, okay. That's just a shitty gimmick anyways.
Well, speaking of, this new La Parka, it should have died with the old guy. I'm sorry. Give me the chairman or don't bother giving me the Parka.
He had some cool moves, but I was also like, why are we with the AAA? Why? Like, AAA, as in we have to have triple the amount of luchadors in this match? Like, what? Why?
Well, and give this spot to Dragon Lee instead of giving Dragon Lee spot. It's like, we didn't need La Parka. Why? He's just fodder. This was supposed to be one of the most stacked Rumbles, and yet your middle card was not stacked at all.
Your middle card was AAA.
And not even good AAA. Not even the quality AAA, the gimmick AAA. Dominic Mysterio wasn't in this Rumble.
The middle section of this Rumble was worse than the women's.
Agreed. And I never thought I'd say that the women's division looked like it had more depth than the men's. It's just the men's choices were ass.
Yeah.
To some degree. Logan Paul is... The Vision wrecking the Luchadors was satisfying to me. We were supposed to boo, but I was not booing.
Agreed.
Oh, God.
And then my heart sank.
Yeah.
It's gotten to the point where it hurts me that his pop is louder than anyone else's on the rest of the night. It's getting to the point where that hurts me to hear. Because it's not going to go anywhere.
They are
It's just-
they are so adamant to like refuse to push him.
Well, and you know what? LA Knight eliminating the whole Vision. I'm like, okay, that's it. That's the best we're gonna see out of LA Knight the rest of this year.
I'm surprised I'm
it.
surprised they didn't just immediately dogpile him and throw him out.
No,
So
that was his moment. That was his comeuppance. A brief Rumble spot of getting comeuppance, but he won't get an actual one-on-one victory. He won't get a pinfall against any of those guys. So what does it mean?
Well, he might have just been pinned as we speak because Raw is on right now.
Exactly.
I'm actually gonna
Do I
check.
dare check to see
No.
what's going on Monday Night Raw?
I'm already doing it.
Well, Bork Lesnar comes in, and boy, did he mean a whole lot in this Rumble. As he starts German suplexing people, as then we get this stare down between Obafemi and Brock, and this is where I really noticed Obafemi's size, because he's Brock's size.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, you're pretty sizable.
Okay, all right. Speaking of Brock and Oba, I have a production issue with this match, and it's
Go on.
because of the formatting because of them taking too long to milk. Okay, I'm fine with, oh, look at these two colossal titans about to fight, and then someone interrupts, and then an entrance comes out to interrupt the hype for the two big dudes beating each other up. They did that several times because they milk everything, and everyone has to take 8 years to get to the ring, and they had multiple people like, I'm gonna interrupt the two big guys fighting. They like, you can blue ball us once to build suspense, but not more than once. I was just like, can we just have them fight or not? Can we have them fight or not? And then Brock just unceremoniously dumped him out, and I'm like, fuck all of you.
I must admit, though, Miz getting out of the way of Oba and Brock did make me laugh.
That made me and my mom laugh. We were both like, that's legitimately, in kayfabe, the smartest thing the Miz has ever done.
He was like, oh, hell no.
He was like, no, absolutely, I refuse.
I'll be over here if you need me. Yeah. And then comes Phoenix, and I'm like, why did we have all these other luchadors if we're going to have Phoenix and Penta in this anyway?
Yeah, I was also thinking, oh yeah, that's right, we have our own luchadors. Why?
A third of this Rumble was luchadors.
I wonder why it wasn't that great.
And then Brock gets eliminated during Jay Buso.
This made me so angry. First off, Jey Uso existing on planet Earth at this point. He is rapidly becoming my least favorite. Like, he's WWE's Mr. Iguana. It's stupid. The fans like it because the fans are stupid, even though it's dwindling rapidly. Although you don't know because they're in Saudi Arabia and they're allergic to women's ankles. So who knows what's real on Earth. But it took him forever to get to the ring. Brock, first off, we got no interaction between Brock and Gunther, which we were never promised we were going to get that match, but they wasted they basically threw out Oba as if he were nothing, despite building him the entire time. And then it reminded me of the 2009 Royal Rumble where Mark Henry was like a big deal for like a couple minutes, and then he got eliminated off screen, and JR didn't even know that Mark Henry got eliminated, so they had to show a replay and go, we missed his elimination. I'm sorry, folks. Just a lot of bodies. Except this was worse because it's Jey Uso and I hate him, and Brock Lesnar basically got eliminated off screen. What is wrong with you people?
By LA Knight and Cody, by the way.
Yeah, and it barely got any mention because the entire crowd is yeeting. I hate this so much.
Well, I will say this, just to kind of be on the other side of the coin for half a second. Jey Uso at 1.5 speed going, yeet, 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 yeet. That was funny. However, I would have been way madder had I seen it at just 1 speed.
And when he got in the ring, and I knew it was coming, but when he was like, play it back, if my mom wasn't right beside me, the amount of profanity in my household would have been substantial.
I hate it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it so much.
It's the same thing WWE's doing with El Grande Americano. It's something that gets over and is kind of something, and then they just it's like they infuse it with booking cancer, where it spreads everywhere and it just starts suffocating you until you enter the abyss.
It's so dumb.
It's so stupid.
I hate it. Every time it happens, I hated the dance break. The only one that ever allowed me to say, okay, this is funny, was Too Cool and Rikishi.
The only time
That was the only one.
The only time I didn't completely hate it was at War Games when Jey Uso sodomized a steel cage. Which even then I wasn't so much entertained as I was concerned and confused.
Yeah, but that's you on a regular basis, Joshua. So I mean, there's not any difference between that and
just like most people listening to this podcast are concerned and confused.
Basically.
But
I will say, one of my favorite things in this Royal Rumble, probably my favorite thing in this Rumble besides the shocking start, Roman Reigns comes out, and I was like, okay, cool, Roman's in. And he starts playing along with Jay, and he's like, "Oh yeah, let's do the play it back thing." And I'm like, "No, not again." And then Roman turns around and sucker punches the grill, out of Jey Uso. I died laughing.
And at that point, Josh was like, "You know what? Roman Reigns deserves the win."
Roman Reigns deserves to win the next 10 Royal Rumbles from that alone. I just wish he punched Jay for real. Like, just straight up cold cocked him.
Well, and then just to kind of further compound all of that, in kind of look at the sequence we've done things in, I kind of felt that the same way with these next two. Because number 27 was Jacob Fatu.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right when Roman and Cody were just about to make eye contact. And then Jacob Fatu came along. I'm like, come on. It's like, it's just the timing of that again.
Yep.
But I love Jacob Fatu, and he came in and did his deal and all that stuff.
I will say, I love now that they're like pushing him towards like the main event with like Cody and Drew McIntyre. They've had him take off his shirt, because this whole time he's been wearing a shirt as he wrestled. I like the aesthetic of him not wearing a shirt now that they're taking him more seriously. It really works for him.
Joshua likes fat men confirmed.
I knew you were going to say that, Scott. Like I was like, as soon as I stopped saying Skyler's going to be like, Joshua gay for Samoans confirmed ?
Well, to be fair, he has lost a considerable amount of weight.
Yes.
And to be fair, I said fat men, not Samoan. Okay.
That's right. You can love is love. Out comes Penta, and Penta's reaction, I felt bad for him.
He had
because
one?
you could tell that the crowd was burnt out on luchadors. They were like, oh, I like this one, but fuck, man, like there's been too many of them.
Yeah.
I genuinely think that they were it wasn't Penta's fault that they didn't get a reaction. I think they were just for like too many luchadors. But the handspring backbreaker that Penta and Fatu did,
that was money.
That was cool. And then comes Randy Orton. Penta took an RKO and flopped like the demon at Survivor Series. Or I'm sorry, at Extreme Rules. I take that back. At Extreme Rules 2021.
When he started humping the ground.
He did, though. He did all four limbs went up at the same time.
Except this one made sense. Except this one made sense, and the lights didn't start fluctuating.
Yes, this is a flip-flop. Yes, thankfully. Then comes out Gunther, but he's limping because there was plenty of attack on his calf from AJ Styles earlier.
I loved that.
Me too.
Gunther is so good. Of course he's selling an injury from a prior match several hours ago, because Gunther has this thing called a brain.
Yeah, it's rare in the wrestling profession.
Clearly.
But Cody gets thrown over, and then Drew McIntyre eliminates Cody.
I actually really liked that. That was, they haven't done something like that in a minute. So I like that, and Drew sold it so well because his whole thing is he's a troll, and he's just screwing with people. I actually really love that he did that.
And then Roman eliminates Jacob. And then Jey Uso got eliminated, and the pop that got
made my heart literally skip a beat. The amount of joy from the crowd that Jey Uso got eliminated. I was like, now you know how we all feel. Like,
yeah, it's just because the music's catchy doesn't mean we want to see this man succeed at all.
I want so badly for him to start getting, like, I want to live in the future where he is booed out of every arena like Roman Reigns in, like, 2017. I hate Jey Uso so much. I hate his stupid face. I hate his 3 moves that he barely knows how to do. He managed to make the spear he gave Roman Reigns look devastating and awful at the same time. I don't know how you make a move look awful. How do you make a move look devastating and bad at the same time?
It's a gift. That's why he's getting pushed.
Just the absolute...
And that sigh says it all.
That wasn't a sigh. That was a guttural, like, that was a demon threatening to escape from my throat. But yeah, I was so happy when the crowd practically had an orgasm when he got eliminated. That made me so happy.
Well, and then Randy Orton gets eliminated. And you could tell the crowd got deflated after Randy Orton got eliminated.
Yeah.
Because they wanted him to win that so bad. And, but then Roman go through over the top, as he should have, and I didn't mind this either. And I'm looking forward to whichever match they're going to do with him.
Yeah.
Sadly, Roman is somewhat correct in what he's been saying about they really have not built more stars, even though this Rumble was a good showcase of the people they intend to push. But Roman going like, well, no, I got to come back and do shit now. It's like, I don't want to come and do shit now, but now I got to come and do shit. And really, whatever matchup he chooses is going to be a money match.
I am looking forward to either, although I would love to see Roman Reigns and CM Punk one-on-one.
Yeah, Punk deserves a singles match main event.
Mm-hmm.
He really does.
What, you don't like triple threats?
I'm going to say this right here, right now. If they make Cody versus Jacob versus Drew the triple threat, the main event of WrestleMania, I will skip it.
Wow.
I am not going to watch it. I'm sorry. I cannot fucking deal with that shit anymore. Not when it comes to the main event of WrestleMania. They've done so many triple threat main events of WrestleMania, and really, one of them worked? One?
More...
In my opinion.
Which one
because
was...
the women's one, albeit it was good, had Ronda Rousey basically just have her shoulders completely up at the end of it, which was a problem. The one with Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan was fun, but it was, again, that was kind of a small part of a much larger story. The only one I thought that really worked was Benoit, because he was the dark horse that ended up getting there and ultimately succeeding in it. What his title reign ended up becoming afterwards is something else.
That probably is the best one, but I also loved the Daniel Bryan, Randy Orton, Batista match, and I loved what we got last year.
I suppose that one's fair too. But again, that one's kind of a part of a larger story though, because that also involves the matchup with Triple H earlier in the night.
Yeah.
So, like, that wasn't necessarily guaranteed to be the main event in kayfabe.
Yeah.
And we really didn't know whether they were going to do it. But, in any case.
So, yeah, that was basically the 2026 Royal Rumble. It was there.
Yeah, Skyler, anything to say about any of all of what we just discussed?
Well, okay, so can I get to the rant?
Oh, yeah,
yes,
go ahead.
The floor is
y'all have talked for a little bit, and I've been letting you guys talk because I want y'all to get your stuff out.
It's all you.
All right. So I've seen a lot of people complaining online about Triple H's booking and how much it sucks, and how much it's this, and how much of that. And the thing that broke me was the people that were begging to have Vince McMahon back. And
I see
hold
it
on.
so often.
Now hold on. Let me hold on to this for a second, okay? The people that wants Vince McMahon back are just saying that because they don't like Triple H's current booking, which is fine. You can say that you don't like somebody's booking. However, you people have the shortest memories I've ever seen in my entire life. Let's be clear of something. 2 years ago, we were singing his praises because he was making a great product and a great show. But like every great booker before him, he started relying on too many ideas that he had, and the same 5 ideas, including the one with the black hoodie, which we saw tonight. But again, that's minor convenience. You cannot praise him for 2024 and then go 2 years later and criticize him and say he's a shitty booker because he does legitimately have great ideas. This is not a Tony Khan issue where he had no good ideas. The problem, like anything else in this, is that everybody wants it done their way or not at all. And that's the problem right now, is that because Triple H is booking to a certain group of people, it's not working for everybody, which again, we can take it or leave it. But where I'm pissed off is the people who are begging for Vince McMahon to come back. Need we remind you the reason why Vince McMahon is gone is because he sexually abused women for years and years and years, to the point where some of those women committed suicide, did drugs, or unspeakable acts. Not to mention the fact that we also now have confirmed information that some of those women were involved in the Epstein files, which means that Vince McMahon probably has a relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, probably participated in prostitution, and probably took some of the underage women from him. And if you don't think Vince McMahon would do that, need I remind you, even in the glory days of Vince McMahon booking, tune into an Attitude Era show and tell me that it was good.
Yeah. By the way, one of the modes for this upcoming WWE 2K26 is the Attitude Era mode. We're recycling
because we don't suck that dick enough.
Yeah, exactly, because we literally did that with WWE 13, and that game was ass. Like all.
Remember the 2012 meme of the lion licking its own balls?
Yeah, basically.
That's the WWE right now.
Yeah. Anyway, continue, Skyler.
Go ahead, Sky. The floor is continually yours.
Anyways, the point of all this, as I'm currently fiddling around with my kitchen, so that's why you hear background noise.
Don't worry about it, Sky. It comes with the territory.
The problem I have right now is that people are saying they want Vince back. You just are saying that because you don't like what Triple H is doing. Now, I will agree with you that Triple H is probably burned. He is probably spent. He needs to come up with new ideas or have somebody else book for him because right now it's not working. But to say that he is a bad booker is to ignore all the good things that he has booked.
Well, here's the difficulty too. It's like while NXT was its own animal, Triple H, in terms of long-term booking and taking hold of a real company, how long's he had it? Not even 5 years.
Yeah.
And NXT was a different animal when he had it. And yes, he hit the same kind of wall, but then he also then got nuked by Vince vomiting rainbow color all over it. But this is still, all things considered, I know that this isn't the excuse that I want it to be, because Tony Khan, it has arguably the same excuse, but Triple H has really not had that much time as a booker. The problem, I think, is that WWE's machine is such to where Triple H isn't really coming up with the ideas. He's just giving the yays or nays around a whole bunch of nudniks who don't know what they're doing anymore. We don't need Bruce Pritchards throwing in ideas anymore. I'm sorry. Despite all the experience that they have, we don't need Road Dogs throwing in experience with not having any plans. If Unreal taught us anything, it's why WWE is failing right now.
Dude.
Because the same old heads are saying the same shit, and they've lost the plot.
Dude, when they first announced that Road Dogg was coming back to SmackDown, the quality of SmackDown immediately nosedived.
It's just, right now, they're at a point where Triple H is going to be the one getting a lot of blame for things that really aren't his doing. And I think that's why I'm trying to, while I feel like there's more similarities to Hunter and Tony than we want to admit in that respect. Because a lot of their instincts for match booking are not too dissimilar. It's just that somehow Triple H has better people around him, and consider what ground that takes in. But to that point and to that end, I don't know what it is we really are facing here, because let's not deny that WWE is still bringing back a Brock Lesnar who, yes, didn't do anything, but had intent to do so. We mentioned that when he came back at SummerSlam. Let's remember that Logan Paul is a full-time contracted wrestler in WWE, despite his numerous laundry list of scams and conflicts and controversies. And he's one of the most prominently featured people in WWE right now. To some degree, scumbaggishness is WWE's identity. Yeah. Underneath, in the seamy underbelly of wrestling, and that's kind of really been underneath wrestling since it began in the late Reconstruction era of the 19th century. As it's always kind of been rooted in that. So it's difficult in this position, and I'm not necessarily of the belief that Vince will never appear in WWE again. I don't know when, but I'm not convinced that he won't show up at least once before he's dead on this program at some point. I don't trust WWE to be above that. But right now, WWE is a victim of its own established generational systems, that they don't want to break because they're still making money regardless.
Yeah, and honestly, my thing is, you mentioned that maybe Triple H is just burnt out, like he's having creative burnt out, but he can't go anywhere because he's the top dude making decisions. I think it's a little bit of that, but I think that a lot of it is also Triple H's head is so far up his own ass.
Yeah.
Remember the Reign of Terror where he went over basically everyone because he was sleeping with the boss's daughter? Booking-wise, he's doing less because he knows he can get away with it. He knows people are still going to pay insane prices to attend these shows, and he's literally, I'm not even joking, I was talking about it earlier, I was making fun of it earlier. It's like a new gimmick where every single pay-per-view ends with him on a post-show saying, "Where's the beginning of a brand new era?" And I'm like, I know he, like, it's like, it's almost to the point where it's like, he's trolling, but I genuinely think that he thinks he's doing such a great job because it's what he enjoys, that he genuinely believes that, like, either he has terrible short-term memory loss, or he legitimately thinks his farts smell like roses.
You know what my theory is about that? My theory is that Triple H has really not been able to get over the fact that he could not retire properly.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I think that the fact that Triple H had a medical emergency take him out of the ring, definitely, and he's openly admitted how much that's messed with him. But I think to some degree, because Triple H still had to feel that level of importance. I mean, we didn't even talk about the fact that the opening to this show, like every Royal Rumble since he took over, was Triple H going, "Are you ready?" And it's more Hunter glazing. It's always Hunter glazing. We start every show with Hunter glazing.
Yeah, literally, and even on the, when I'm recording stuff and I'm using WWE 2K25 now, guess who's all over that game? Triple H.
Grab onto your Helmsley.
Like, seriously, I have never seen someone suck his own dick so much.
Yeah, not even
Vince. The question is he sucking his dick? Here's the question: is he sucking his own dick because he can't wrestle anymore and he has to get it where he can? Is he that egomaniacal? Or does he know that he has to be the face of the new company because Vince isn't here anymore and he has to try and remind people of that?
I think he's both an egomaniac and he's overcompensating at the same time.
Well, and here's my question as well, and this is kind of the penultimate part of this discussion. Which is worse, a guy sucking his own dick or a guy forcing women to suck his dick?
At least with Triple H, he's not forcing someone to do it at their own consent.
I'm just saying, get you someone that looks at you the way Triple H looks into his own mirror.
And then at Liv Morgan.
Yeah. So,
yeah, that picture of Triple H pointing at himself is very ironic right now.
Yeah, but in conclusion, I guess I'll go ahead and start with like the ratings and like overall closing thoughts. Overall, this Royal Rumble was fine, but had several instances of Triple H sucking his own dick, WWE being WWE, and just I'm kind of over this at this point. And it being in Saudi, where that you had trained gunmen in the crowd and a few explosive vests, and it feels non-canon but canon at the same time, and you can only care so much. We got 2 solid singles matches and 2 so-so Royal Rumbles where the women actually had the better match, which shocked me a little bit. Overall, like, this show only offended me a couple times, but I could bear it. I could Wade bear it. And my rating for this show is a solid 6 out of 10. To the people saying this was the worst Royal Rumble of all time, clearly you weren't here, 4 years ago for the 2022 Royal Rumble, which was infinitely worse. There have been infinitely worse Royal Rumbles. This one was just so-so, with some mild absolute infuriations here and there. Once again, I give this event a 6 out of 10.
Well, Skyler, why don't you go next?
WrestleMania 43 is not going to be a good show with this crowd if this is the type of energy they're going to get. They better pray and hope whatever. They better pray and hope whatever hostages they get next time are more energetic. With that in mind,
I guess that's the moral of this story. Saudi Arabia gets some better hostages? Question mark?
No, what it is that genuinely book shows in places where people actually want to see your wrestling product and not in places where you're getting blood money or getting paid to go. Like Saudi Arabia, all the international shows at places that people don't care about the wrestling. Like, give Europe wrestling, okay? We asked for less American shows, and now we're not getting the same energy because of that stuff. Beyond that and the multitude of problems, like we didn't even get into all the production issues they had, like them firing off the fireworks too early for Liv Morgan to point at correctly.
Yep.
Yeah, she also just didn't want to point, and they had to get the referee over to her to go, hey, you're not pointing at the sign enough.
That's so
right. And the other issues with like Jey Uso's entrance cutting out a Brock Lesnar elimination, which, again, the Royal Rumble is one of the hardest matches to book. I get it. It's one of the biggest and the most important shows of the year. I get it. And they also went with a safe choice in the winner in Roman Reigns, who probably should drum up some excitement. But this was a show that overall just does not do it for me and does not make me excited. And it's the reason why I half-assed this podcast, because if they're going to book like that, so am I. Bret Hart certified 4 out of 10.
Wow.
I can't really argue with that.
I can't argue with that either. I mean, look, I think it all really comes down to one thing for me. This program had some moments that I very much enjoyed. I enjoyed watching AJ and Gunther. It's a shame that that's AJ's last WWE match, but it was still a fun time. I enjoyed it for what it was. Same with Drew and Sammy. I like singles matches, and I like Drew and Sammy are both great pro wrestlers, so I enjoyed that too. And so for what it's worth, if I get 2 singles matches that are good on a wrestling pay-per-view, I really don't complain that much. My biggest issue is that right now WWE is a victim of its own stability, to where everything is so cookie cutter. everything. This was the most canned. Every decision was safe. It was the right move. It was the right decision, and it was really only palatable as such because I had to put most of it at 1.5 speed. And I really do significantly suggest folks to do this. I recommend putting it at 1.5 speed. You will not be disappointed. And if you want to slow it down, you can slow it down. I did that a lot. I mean, at the first part of AJ and Gunther, I slowed down and I didn't turn it back on. But then once we got to Drew and Sammy, I did pick it back up, even though that match was good. And I enjoyed it equally as good on a faster speed. And you can still enjoy it on a faster speed. But there are some things that having it on a faster speed cannot cover up. And too many luchadors is one of those things. Mm-hmm. And I know that WWE is trying their best to be a global wrestling company. I get that. But you can't do that if it's all concentrated in like one area either, which is why they're going large. Thankfully, we didn't have I'm sorry, what is his name? I don't want to mispronounce it. The new Saudi Arabian wrestler who's now signed a contract.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna sound terribly, terribly ignorant if I try it. But thank God he wasn't in this Rumble. Is my point.
Yeah.
It's like I know they want to do the international thing, but to some degree, you gotta balance this. You gotta balance some things out. And I think that all of the things we've talked about with Triple H, all of these things can be true at the same time. And as a result, I'm going to split the diff because 2 singles matches made me very happy. And the Rumbles are just Rumbles, but there's no denying that this is a mundane product that's gotten us to the point where we don't really care about what's going to happen. Or at least I don't. It's like, I'm cool with anything that's going to happen. I'm still going to watch WrestleMania. I'm interested to see what they're going to do for WrestleMania 42. But it's not like my investment in pro wrestling is the emotional roller coaster that it was in years prior. And I think that was a tough pill to swallow last year. But at least we're going to have some fun with it if we are. But it's hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you still want it. You still want it to be good, damn it, and you still want to believe that the people that you thought you could trust to carry booking can, and it's hard losing that faith. And I think that's why everybody's clamoring for Vince back too, is that they've lost the faith and they didn't think they would. They feel betrayed by Triple H.
Yeah, we
thought we could trust you. And
we talked about this last year. Like, Triple H's regression has, like, broken people's brains.
Yeah. But, here's the interesting thing about this, too. And then I'll close my thoughts with this. We said in 2022, when this all happened, and I'm sure we could find the Court Martial podcast where we talked about this, or the Totally Awesome podcast where we talked about this, because I know we did. Because we were wary when Triple H took over. We were excited about SummerSlam. Everything was looking good. But we also said, while Triple H will make changes, we can't expect WWE to un-WWE. And to some degree, I guess that's my big complaint at this moment, is that they aren't really that different than they were before. We've got better things. I think the overall quality of the show, I mean, nothing here was so unpalatable that you want to shut it off. Right? That the overall quality is better, but I think this feeling that the things are stagnant is really messing with the fans in a way. I mean, the fact that it took that long for people to even arrive into the building in Saudi Arabia, I mean, that might just more be an indictment on women than wrestling than anything else, but even still, there's certain degrees of what WWE has done now that I think people have resigned themselves to the fact that this is just the way it is. But there's still some fun things to take out of that.
Yeah.
So don't be so gloomy, people.
And you said you were giving this a solid 5 out of 10?
Yeah, just because it's fun to split the diff with you,
and that's
guys. I was going to give it a 6, but I'll just give it a 5 just for the splitting of the difference.
And that's honestly your gimmick. You usually do that.
Yeah, I got to keep up appearances, you know?
Yeah. But anyway,
So wait, hold on. Are you saying keep up the positivity? So what you're saying is don't be sour?
thank you
Clap
guys
for your
listening
boys
to
a
the
New
Totally
Day and
Awesome
feel the
Podcast.
power?
I think their demise is a perfect example of what is wrong with what WWE is right now.
Well,
Because
yeah.
they've got a lot of people that end up lost in the shuffle that shouldn't be, because they just don't follow through on anything.
So anyway,
Go ahead, Josh.
thank you guys so much for watching the show. We had a very interesting start to this podcast with Sean threatening to murder his laptop, and he still might. But thank you guys, thank you Sean, thank you Skyler for jumping on board. We were hoping to have this be a simulcast, but technology be damned, honestly, and was like, yeah, that's not happening. But thank you Sean, thank you Skyler for being on the show. That's where you say no problem, buddy. Now, yeah, I love being on this show. Why don't you have us on more often? Thanks, guys. Fuck you both. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye. I need better friends.